finally got to get this shit on the road. Yay!
Can I be seen? Why are you saying what?
Kappa Pride? I don't know. So hi everyone, welcome to GM the DM. I am your DM, GM. Tonight is the last session of Session Zeros, where everything kind of finally rolls together, and then we can start the campaign the next time we play. But this is going to be fun, because I've played with the two players tonight very frequently. Have characters that interact with them very weirdly or fun or in interesting manners. How did I do it last time? Did I just read off and then we introduced our characters? Or yeah, I think I read off and then we introduced everything. So I think that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, this will be the second to last time you hear this introduction, because the last time it would be read is the very intro of the actual campaign. So, welcome to Lockmoor. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me switch over. There we go.
All I see is this big dice.
Hey, I'm getting to it. Throw off my mojo, okay? Did I fucking... Hang on, just double checking things. Okay. Welcome to Lockmoor, a seaside city that is known for its diversity, home to many who were discarded, run off, or otherwise unwanted. A haven for those who need to get away and start anew. Despite its slummy roots, it has grown into a thriving city filled with merchants, politicians, and those who would call themselves nobles. With a growing influx of coin, more and more looking for a break have come to the shimmering gem by the sea. The Adventurers Guild has been posting bills left and right for all sorts of manner of work. Today, though, this is the first time you two have ever set foot in such a city. Especially, well, for one of you, as diverse as Lockmoor is. Moon. Stepping off the sleek, dark boat, you're greeted with a tall half-elf. Her black hair pulled back into a tight bun, a few stray locks falling into her face as she constantly shifts her goggles. Dressed in a simple leather vest with more pockets than one really needs, a light undershirt, slacks, and knee-high boots, she is flanked by a soft pink tiefling and a dwarf, both women holding papers. She smiles down at you and gives your head a quick pat. I've heard much about you. Welcome to Lockmoor. If you would like to describe Moon, how she appears at the moment.
I'm assuming the thing is in effect, yes?
Yes, because he would have given it before you got off.
That's what I assumed. Okay, so, before this woman stands a fairly short halfling lady, long auburn hair, tied back loosely. She's got on a leather cap with a feather in it and a rather extravagant looking silken shirt with some ruffles and some leather pants and this big old smile on her face and these bright twinkling green eyes.
Oh, this is really great. The half-elf gives a small bow. I'm sure you know who I am. We have much to do today. Come. And she leads you... she turns heel and starts heading down the docks to where several other boats have recently come in, and there are several other groups waiting by. As this half-elf woman goes from group to group and boat to boat, Erik, as this growing crowd approaches, one of the dockhands points out the halfling, giving her a smile and a wave, and leaning towards you. She's the one you want to talk to if you're looking for work. You and a few others wait for her to arrive, and she comes over to the group, looking at the few of you, giving you a bit of an odd look, but raises an eyebrow, and makes a motion to you and three others. You guys look like you need a bit of rest, but coin. If you would like to follow me to the Adventurers Guild, I am the guild mistress, Nim. I think we can find something for you today. Matt, if you want to explain what, or describe what Erik looks like.
Okay. Oh crap! I forgot to write his height. Well, that's neither here than there. Somebody just take note of this for me. So you see standing there, average human man, late 20s, early 30s by appearance, standing at about 5'9", 5'10". He has longer brown hair, tied back, and like it's kind of like a. I'm not entirely certain what the name for the particular hairstyle is, but it's like a ponytail, but not exactly. He's wearing traditional Far Eastern garb. The bottom part dark with sandals. The upper part he has a white folded over, but underneath it you see a red with like a gold trim upper piece to the outfit, with gloves coming down that are purple with gold filigree that come down to his hands and wrap around one finger. And wearing over this, he has this black, like really, really like kind of shining black kimono, completely undone, just hanging on his shoulders with this very beautiful crimson cherry blossom design on the like back of the kimono. On his sash he has around his waist, he has on his left side 2 swords, one a little shorter than the other, and then another sword on his right side. It looks a little more fancy, elaborate. If you're familiar with Eastern weaponry, you would tell these are katanas and a wakizashi. Brown eyes, very happy smile on his face, very lackadaisical, like carefree.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. So as I said, half-elf gives you plus 3 others a nod and says, follow. She turns heel, and as the crowd there's probably about 10 other people that are following her, and her assistants make sure everyone, the crowd is between Nim and themselves, so no one really gets too lost. The crowd moves and follows, and she with her assistants lead you through the city, through the main market, where you can see, it's probably about lunchtime right now, so you see that the market's kind of in full bloom. People are there's, people doing, like small little, entertainment skits. You can see people going in and out of the inn. Some of the other stores have people wandering about, looking in also. Excuse me. Lost my place. Heading northwards down a few streets is a large multi-story building, multiple banners hanging. Wow, I misspelled that. Hanging from the front of it. Inside, several rooms are filled with people meeting, some gearing up, some appearing to be bunks and sleeping quarters. All the way at the back of this building is into the large office, several staff members seeming to be standing by. Nim sits down, and the moment she does, her assistant starts shuffling papers across, and she's back into work mode. You see her hands passing coin, passing paper, signing this, signing that, sealing that, and it's effortlessly. And as the papers come and go, she starts whittling through the group, setting this one with this assistant, that person to another assistant, until it is just you two. Looking over you two, she smiles. Well, being new here, I want to make sure you can follow simple instructions. Not that I don't doubt your abilities, but I have to make sure. And she takes a moment to start scrolling through something, pulls out a quill, starts writing a couple of notes.
Moon fidgets.
Erik just has his hands inside of his sleeves, crossed and resting on his swords.
Yeah, she definitely seems to be making you wait for a couple of minutes. When she's done, she sits up a bit, looks at the paper that she's just written, quickly puts a seal on it, leans over her desk and holds it out. Now, take time to check out the city a bit. Get food, a drink if that's what you're into. But if you head out to... And she kind of looks behind her, where it looks like there should have been a map, but there still isn't a map. And she goes... If you go past the markets towards the plaza northern side, if you head to the gatehouse, there's a cart with supplies. They'll know where you're supposed to be going. You're heading to Coalfell. It's about, half a day's walk, so you should get there just about before dinner or so. Shipment of supplies should be easy for you too. But, as I said, go find some food, take in the sights. And she holds up a finger. Hang on. She goes back to writing something completely different. After probably about 20 seconds, she doubles up that paper with the original bill. Make sure you stop at a couple of these places. Pick up some supplies. You never know what you might need. And she holds out the sealed bill with the wax stamp and then the personal note.
And Moon takes it and looks it over. Thank you.
Has she actually introduced herself to us? Like, do we know her name yet?
No, because I'm dumb and I didn't write that in these notes. She technically introduced herself to Moon, but you would have probably heard what her name is, but she didn't introduce herself at all.
So are we escorting this on our own, or we escorting other people? Moon's completely oblivious to the fact that they haven't been introduced.
Nim looks up from her papers, and as she looks up and she stops working, all of her assistants stop too. Like, they know, if she's not looking at her desk, things need to stop. I apologize. It's been a bit of a long day already. Here we go. Where's the notes for hers? She gives another half bow from what you can from from a seated position. I am Nilrelia Prella Frel. Don't try to say it too fast. You might bite your tongue. Everyone just calls me Nim. I am the guild mistress here of the Adventurers Guild. I take care of everything. And assign...
She does.
And assign jobs appropriate. I do apologize again for not introducing myself, or even... She looks down at you and collecting either of your names.
I am Erik Takashi. It is a pleasure to meet you, Nim-san.
She kind of raises an eyebrow and gives a nod. Pleasure's mine, Erik.
Hello, Erik. Nim already knows mine, but I'm Delcia, Klua's son. I like to help people.
What was the name again? Delphia?
Delcia.
When you do that, you just see one of Nim's eyes twitch slightly. Now that you have you have your instructions. And she makes a head motion towards the door.
Erik will make his way to the door.
Okay. The moment she puts her head down, assistants are back, shuffling paper, shuffling coin, and Nim is back in full work mode.
And Deli bolts for the door. Because whole new city to explore.
Mm-hmm.
She looks really excited.
The Adventurers Guild is on the northwestern side of the city. You'd have to make your way down a couple of minute walk down to the main markets. You have been said it has been said that you can collect you can collect supplies on behalf of the Adventurers Guild. So you don't have to worry about paying for them. You can hit up Morning Singers, which is the alchemist / herbalist. You can hit up the 1 and 2 for a map of where you need to go. And the general store for whatever you might also need. You can also, it makes a note, and you see just left-handed knight, ? Maybe food, towards the bottom of the note.
Eric hasn't actually seen these notes yet, so...
Nope.
He's just kind of walking out the door.
Yeah, sorry, Deli kind of just grabbed him and took charge. So they get out the door, and she's just kind of standing there looking over the notes and kind of turning them this way and that, kind of thinking, food? ? How can you not know whether or not food's there? That's very important, don't you think? She looks up at Eric.
Yeah, Eric's kind of leaning over her shoulder, like reading. It's usually pretty essential to live, yes.
Shall we check that out? That sounds...
?
Get her something.
Food. I think we shall. Do you know the way?
No, I'm new to this town myself, but we can find it.
Sounds like fun. Just walk in a direction.
It's not too hard. It's kind of like the closer you get, the louder it kind of gets. So, it takes you a few minutes because you probably get sidetracked sightseeing. You make your way down to the main market, and as you get there, it opens up. You would actually come out right by... Which way would you go? Oh, you would come out right by the Midnight Eye and the Exalted Fire, number 4 and 3. 3 and 4. That works.
This is where we're coming out at?
Right. Yeah, right there.
Gotcha, okay.
I forgot I can click.
You can click. So, Moon's pretty much going to be following her nose. Sidetrack? What's this shit? There's food.
You would actually give me a perception.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I decided to take observant.
Okay. I'd have to go look up. I know what it is. Oh, I know what it is. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's not too hard to figure out where the smell's coming from. You can see outside of by the buildings, just past the buildings that you're next to. You kind of guess that's where the smell's coming from. And as you get closer, you realize that this massive building, it's only 2 stories tall, but it's huge, especially when you compare it to everything else you've kind of seen. You get the sense, we call it. Okay, yeah, that is what the whatchamacallit I thought it was. You know, that's where the food is coming from, or the scent of food is coming from.
I think we found it. See,
Oh, so it's just a tavern.
Just a tavern. Just a tavern. And she just strides right in.
At the
walk after, a little confused.
no,
for player points, Delcio, right?
Yes.
Delcio,
Okay, well,
yeah.
as he's walking after, he's gonna be like, "I'm sorry if I offended Delcio-san. Not my intention."
Quite alright.
I'm waiting for Twitch chat just to explode on that one. As you start to enter the inn, you can see on the it's on the right side of the door. Instead of hanging over the doorway, it's on the right side of the doorway. Like I said, it's this probably about 3 foot long sign that hangs there, and it's a full armored gauntlet. And if you compare it to somebody, it would be the left hand of a person. And along the side it says the left-handed knight. As you come in, the crowd is... It's not quite a rush, but, you know, there are people. There are a few seats still open. You can see, you know, a couple of barmaids and bar lads. What's the equivalent of a barmaid for a guy? You know, they're going about delivering food.
Barmen!
Delivering food, delivering drinks. Behind the bar, you see a bit of an oddity. I think for at least you, Eric. Maybe. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Behind the bar stands a fairly tall, green-skinned woman. And when you look at her, you realize just at the very corners of her mouth, 2 little nubs stick out. Her black hair is braided very tightly against her scalp. And she stands there with... Her skin is just littered with several tattoos. You know, her neck, her arm, even up along the back of her neck. And on her left arm, you can see, because like I said, she's wearing kind of like a tank top. You can see from her collarbone all the way down her left arm, looks like the iron gauntlet that you saw outside on the wooden plaque. Around her waist is a dirty apron, and she's taking food orders and passing them back, taking, you know, drink orders and filling them.
This is a half-orc, yeah.
She is a half-orc.
Okay, so it's not a complete oddity. Yeah, he's seen 1 or 2. Like,
okay, I figured
most of your common races at least a couple times.
Okay, I wasn't quite sure, so I was spitballing.
His country has a few of them. They're not as... It's a very human country, but there are other races there as well. There's elves, there's dwarves.
That's what I figured. As you enter, she immediately notices, and she gives a look over, but she smiles and nods and continues about, you know, filling out the food orders and drinks.
Deli is staring, slack-jawed, just absolutely amazed. This woman looks amazing.
Eric's making his way towards her.
Okay. As you come closer, you know, she kind of looks beyond one of the barmaids, who just picked up like a half plate of drinks. Kind of looks over, looks you severely over a couple of times, Eric. Fresh meat in town?
You could say.
Welcome then. What can I get for you?
Curious to what delicacies from the east you might have, particularly in the way of drink.
She raises an eyebrow. Forgive me if I say this a bit bluntly. We don't have many, and the bottles we do don't make it outside of my room.
Then perhaps I can join you forward there.
Both of her eyebrows now hit her hairline.
This is the half-orc lady talking, right?
Yes, this it is.
Ah, yes!
Both of her eyebrows raise.
As new moons.
New in town and already propositioning me?
Boy, you got balls! I mean, she is very pretty. Look at those tats.
They're just as beautiful as she is.
The half-orc laughs. DM-wise, I'm trying not to laugh at this scene, because this is just hilarious in my fucking head.
1 sec, Joe.
Mm-hmm. The half-orc looks between you two, and looks down at you, Moon. I do hope that, he's not often like this.
Oh, we just met. I have no idea what he's usually like. But that's some I love your skin and all the tattoos, and those are really pretty. What's that one? That one looks really cool too. Where did you get them done?
I may have missed the last couple seconds of
No, it's okay.
conversation. Is it something directed towards me or
No,
what?
it was directed at Moon.
Moon's admiring her tattoos and just getting very distracted by all the shiny ink.
The half orc, she puts both of her hands up. She goes, "Slow down, little one. You, both of you, I like. Illness, that's my name. What can I get for you besides my private stock?"
Hi, I'm Deli, and this is Erik. I want some meat, just a nice big hunk of like ox leg or something.
What was the name?
Ilmis. Fuck, how did I
That's
spell it?
player asking, not
Okay,
Eric.
player. Hang on, let me, because I spelled it like 2 different ways, and then I couldn't figure out which way. God damn it, that is not the note I want. I keep bringing up the wrong notes. Ilmis is spelled Ilmis.
Illness. Okay.
Ilmis, yes. She's gonna ruin my voice.
That's unfortunate, Illness-san. If that's the case, I'll just take a thing of meat.
I just read what Leek said. Ilmis nods. She goes, "No food to go with that?"
Not
Get
too
the boy some food. Look at him, he's nothing but skin and bones. She kind of elbows Erik.
You would not feel skin and bone.
Doesn't matter, she's elbowing him anyway. Come on, show her you can keep up with the food.
No, actually, you actually no. Give me a perception for a second.
Who?
Me?
Both of you.
Okay.
Another 11. What the hell?
I don't know.
I only rolled a 9. I'm distracted by the beautiful woman.
Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, Ilmis, in my head, Ilmis is hot as fuck. Just putting that out there. She's like my rebel side with all the tattoos and stuff. So no, you don't notice. So she stands there and she's just tapping her finger on the counter. Well, if she's saying that you should probably have food, how can I disagree? And she doesn't wait for you to interject. She turns and she goes over to the doorway. And when she knocks with her left hand against the door frame, it's a wooden door frame. But instead of it being bone on wood, it almost sounds metallic on wood. And you see her make a hand motion with her right hand, and then gives a nod and comes back and starts filling up 2 tankards. She places them down before the 2 of you. Food will take only a minute. Grab a seat, and it'll be out to you.
Thank you, you're very sweet. She sits on a stool and kicks her feet happily.
Much appreciated.
As you enjoy your drinks, it does only take a couple of minutes. One of the bar staff, one of the guys, comes out and he's got 2 plates. One is, it's not an ox leg, it's something smaller, but it's a huge chunk of food, at least when compared to you, Moon. The other one is slightly more, not ornate, but a little bit plated better. Like slices of food, a couple of pieces of cheese, and a small like dinner roll of some sort placed before the 2 of you. He leaves, goes back to the kitchen. Ilmis is still working on essentially the lunch rush.
So it's about midday right now?
It is. It's probably like a hard lunchtime right now.
I missed that. I'm sorry.
Oh, I said it's like a hard lunchtime. So it's probably like between 12 and 1 right now.
It is lunch rush.
Yes.
Okay. I suppose Eric will just kind of like pick at his food a little bit. He's not really hungry, so it won't, eat a lot. But he'll pick at it a little bit, mostly drink on his mead for a little bit and wait for Delcia to finish.
Oh, the plate arrives. Dulcie is staring at it with huge eyes. There's almost a feral glint in her eyes when it's placed down in front of her, and she just digs in. Hands, face, just devouring. And you're not quite sure, but you think you hear little growling sounds?
Seeing this display from halfway down the bar, there's just this hard chuckle as Ilmis looks down and sees this, and she gives the bar like a hard hit, almost in like celebration that you're just devouring this food before getting back to work.
How to make friends and influence enemies. So after a couple minutes, she'll wipe her mouth off on that nice sleeve and look up at Erik. So, what brings you here?
Just traveling to see the world, and this was a stop on the way. Could use a little extra coin and was pointing in the direction of the adventure to go.
I'm kind of doing the same myself. Explore, see new things, find some shinies, Maybe take some home to Papa.
Well, that's admirable.
So she finishes.
How old does Delcia look? Does she look like older or younger? Or...
She's young adult. Like just out of her teens. If she were human. Yeah, halflings kind of age a little differently.
Oh god. You are the same age as fucking Elks.
But she does appear younger.
She does appear younger, yes.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Yep. And yes, she's the same age as Alex.
This is gonna be a problem.
Probably. So she finishes her tankard of ale, lifts it up towards Ilmis, gives a shout and thanks, and just slams it down on the table, and then leans back in the chair and just kind of kicks her feet out, hands on her tummy, and just, that was good.
The half-orc is just entertained by this display. She comes over, grabs your tankard, inspecting it like, yeah, you really did knock all this back. Looks both of you over. Since, you two are new in town, you looking for work, or are you already working?
We just found work, but I might be able to take on more after I finish this. Did you have something?
No. I just like to point people in the right direction. If you found work...
We talked to Nim, but if you have any other ideas, gladly. I mean, there's always room in our purses for coin.
She holds up her hands. She holds up her hands. No, I was going to suggest Nim over at the Adventurers Guild, but if you're already doing work for her, then you're already in good hands.
Oh, I'd say we were already in good hands. Thank you, Ilmis.
My pleasure.
Erik would nod.
Looks at you, Erik. Not hungry at all?
I didn't eat all that long ago.
Fair enough. She stops. You are currently on a job for the Adventurers Guild?
Well, we're getting acquainted with the area. We were advised to before proceeding any further.
She gives a nod. Then consider this one on the house. And, something of a welcome home if you do plan on staying in Lockmoor a little longer than some.
No promises to stay long, but I will happily thank you for this gift.
Thank you. What, do people tend to just disappear or not make it back from their trips? Work.
She kind of, not wobbles her head, but she kind of weaves it back and forth. Well, Lockmoor, as wonderful as it is, some people don't like the people, essentially. I'm sure you've noticed that no one's taking a second look at either of you, especially you, little one. No one takes a second look at me. The colors in the people tend to drive off those who aren't prepared. But I will say that some people are a bit foolhardy and bite off more than they can chew.
I see. So a little of column A and a little of column B, and a good riddance to the ones who don't want to stay and enjoy our company. They're missing out on wonderful people.
Ilmus gives another laugh.
Elmason, I have a question for you.
Huh?
What do you know of the blacksmiths in town? Any of them of renown or note?
She looks at you like, what the fuck is he talking about? But then kind of gives like a, oh yeah, that's right, he's new. Well, we do have several blacksmiths in the city. This voice is fucking killing me. Excuse me. But yeah, your best bet would be heading over to the Midnight's Eye, where the guild lead, Remmel, takes commissions and does the best work you'll find pretty much on this side of the ocean.
I might have to stop by then.
If you do, just be smart about what you say in front of her. She's a bit of a hothead.
She's a bit of a hothead?
Yes, she.
And coming from a half-orc, that's saying something.
Oh, she scares me.
Now I'm interested more.
And the whole time she's telling you this, Ilmus has this big smile on her face.
Oh, Miss Ilmus. Miss Ilmus. Is there anything we should be aware of or watch out for while we're here in the city?
She kind of furrows her brow. I mean, if you're from a big city, you would know, you don't stick around back alleys. You don't follow people who say they've got something shiny to show you. It's just, I see that may be a problem with you.
Might be a problem for them.
That would make Erik raise an eyebrow.
She points at you, Moon. Oh, you're gonna fit in just fine. But, and she kind of, seriouses up a bit. Just be smart around here, and I think you'll find plenty of friends.
Got it. Thank you. And she'll hop off the stool and give Ilmus's leg a hug.
You come up to, like, her knee. And as you hug her, she kind of looks down, but then she goes to pat you. And gives you a look, looks at Erik, but then just kind of shrugs it off. I'm glad I could help.
Oh, thank you. Most help. I'll see you later. And she'll take like a gold out of her pouch and kind of set it on the table, because even though they're not paying for the food, she'll at least give a tip.
Way fucking more money than you should have been paid. But Ilmus was, she'll see the gold and, she'll take it and pull it to her side of the bar and gives a nod.
That little one beat me to it. How unfortunate.
I think she's gonna be beating you to a lot of things.
It's disappointing. Erik will down what's left in his glass and follow Delcia.
Maybe not everything, but yes. Which way to the blacksmith? Just wait.
Elvis thinks for a second, and she goes, "Back out to the right. Ignore the fancy store. You want the next door."
Got it. Thank you. So she will grab Erik by the hand and, like a child, drag him out.
Erik will allow it, but he'll have a kind of a confused look on his face as he follows.
Ah. Moon, does your gloves
She's
cover your
wearing
whole
gloves.
hand? Okay.
Yeah.
Just double checking.
Yes.
So as you head out,
And she was wearing a hat, so when she got patted on the head. But
there were other
she
things.
still may have felt something. Yes,
there's
there
other
are
things. So you head out, and you look to the right, and you see a very, very fancy sign. But then just past it... Oh, excuse me. That's the ice cream. Oh, that was bad.
Not as good coming up as it was going down.
Oh, chocolate chip's a bitch. Just past the fancy sign, you see what looks like a nightscape of stars, and it looks like a very, almost like a red red pupil in the midst of this the starry nightscape, and it says the Midnight's Eye underneath it.
Dragging him in. Sorry, Erik.
Did she actually say sorry, or are you just saying
No,
sorry?
I said sorry to Erik.
Okay.
She's not saying sorry. She's
I didn't think so. I was a little confused, that's why I asked.
okay. She's just like, this way!
Okay.
Charge!
So, you actually see that the doorway is inset into the building a bit. And there's windows, to look in. Through the front door, you can hear the sound of hammering echoes throughout the shop. The main room is a wonderful display of weapons, armors, and tools, ranging from the simple pieces to ones that look ancient and intricate. Each piece well made, no matter its final design. There's a desk nearby, made of dark wood and metal, sitting in the corner, covered in papers, and it looks like it belongs in a study more than a blacksmith's showroom. By the desk is a small bell that hangs from the wall, one that you would, in the shape that you'd find on top of a church, with a carefully cradled in a black stand with a small rope attached to it.
Anything catch Erik's eye coming into the store looking at everything?
You would probably find maybe, not shoulder pads, but shoulder armor that has a bit of a Eastern look to them. But it almost is as if it had been almost not modernized, but updated for more of a Western look. But it definitely has certain touches that you gotta go, oh, that reminds me of home.
Okay, so that's really the only thing?
That you see immediately, yes.
Okay, well, Erik will look around, poke around a bit, see if he finds anything else that catches his eye or rings that bell.
Are you ringing the bell?
No. I was saying he'll look around and poke around.
Oh.
If anything rings a bell or catches.
Oh, okay.
There was a bell, yes?
Yes, there is a bell.
It is being rung.
Okay. As you ring it, despite its
You're doing
small...
that. I'm doing that.
as you ring it, despite its small sound, it's a very deep rumble of a bell. It's almost odd. You almost expect like a high tinny sound, but it's not. Where's my notes? There they are. Come on. From the back room, the curtain that's blocking view, out comes a very sleek, ethereal-looking elf, fiery red hair partially hidden by a wrap that does its best to hold back the massive mane that sits upon their head. They're dressed in a very simple short-sleeved top and long pants, their feet wrapped around the arches in a thin material, a heavy apron across the front. They look like they were probably working on something, but, they've come out to help. As you look between the two of you, their eyes that look like burning coals, but not out of malice, but more out of curiosity, scan the both of you. A small smile across their face. Kind of dusting themselves off, they give a very soft bow, and when they speak, their voice has a slight ring to it. And despite your best efforts, they're very androgynous. You can't quite tell if they're male or female. After the small bow, looks, "Welcome to the Midnight's Eye. How can I help you?"
He's the one with the sword. Swords.
I was mostly curious and was just looking around. Apologies to be of a bother.
Oh, no bother at all. Is there anything you're specifically looking for?
Nothing in particular, just curious about your work. I'm a bit of a study myself and just wanted to see.
They hold up their hands. No, I'm just the assistant. Mistress Remmel. She's the one who makes all of this.
Ah, I see. Then you are...
Gives another small, head bow. I am Anthem.
Hi, I'm Kelly, and this is Erik.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Anthem-san.
He kind of narrows his eyes a little bit, not quite sure what just came out of your mouth. But gives another little nod. If there is anything I can help you with, please do let me know. He kind of, reaches back, pushes the heavy curtain that leads back to what you can presume is the forge area. And, lets it close. Mistress Remmel is in the middle of something, but if you did have any specific questions, I could always go get her. And at this whole time, you can hear a hammer going, though, just pounding away at whatever it is.
I would hate to intrude. Maybe another time. Is there a chance I can make an investigation check or something to see if I can find anything that's out in the storefront that, besides those shoulder pads, that kind of...
Yeah, go for it.
I'm just gonna go ahead and assume it's a no. Don't know that.
What did you roll?
8. That's all I got.
No, whatever's there. There's a wide assortment of everything, but nothing that would really, besides the shoulder armor. There's nothing really else that, what do you call it? That rings home for rings true to home, I should say.
After a moment, Erik will just kind of hands in sleeves like he does and just say, "All right, shall we be on our way, Delcia-san?"
Sure, but answer me. It's just Delcia. Why do you keep saying Delcia-san?
Apologies. It is a particular form of speech where I'm from. It's a term of respect.
Ha! I see.
I believe the common term would be if I said Miss Delcia.
Oh, so you would be Erik-san.
Yes.
Okay. Would you prefer if I called you that?
Whatever you wish to call me is fine.
I don't think you'd like that.
He'll kind of cock his head a little confused.
So, do you see anything that interests you here?
Nothing out on the shelves that particularly catches my eye.
Oh well.
I believe there were other things on the list that we were told to look at before pressing on.
We definitely should. This is, all these pointy things and the armor and everything, they're kind of nice, but, they're a little too big for me.
Not your cup of tea?
Yeah, not quite.
I understand that.
Anthem, despite you whispering that, Anthem heard you loud and clear. And they go, if there isn't something that you like, you can always put in a commission, Mistress Ermal. We'll be busy for a few more days with her current project, but I'm sure that she would be thrilled to make you something if you wanted.
Oh, I appreciate that, and I'm sure Eric's-san does too. She kind of looks up at him. But right now,
Out of
I've already
curiosity,
got something special being made.
Anthem son, I'm curious. How, in your honest opinion, I will not say if you speak badly, how is your employer when it comes to armor and arms of across the mountains of an eastern variety?
Anthem kind of looks at you, nods. Mistress Remmel does carry a few. They only came in recently. Besides the ones that she's had for quite some time. I know they're not prohibited outside of that region, but they are definitely harder to come by. Are you looking for her to make one?
I'm curious to have work done on one, but I'm a little picky when it comes to my smiths, I'm afraid.
Kinda nods his head. That's understandable. I can say that Mistress Remmel has much experience. You can see that she is. And they almost kind of get dreamy-eyed when they look at the different, when they motion towards the different pieces on the walls. You can see that she is very talented.
I see her talent is far and beyond, but maybe not quite what I'm looking for. And I mean this in no offense to her.
He kind of wrinkles his nose but nods. It's understandable, especially since finding a blacksmith who would probably be able to suit your needs may be a little difficult. You could always ask her herself, though.
Like I said, I'd hate to interrupt her while she's working, so maybe if I catch her another time around.
He gives a slight nod.
When does she usually take her breaks?
Anthem laughs.
I know, silly question.
The moment she starts to forge to the moment she cools it down, she works. Truth be told, I think if it wasn't for me, she might forget to eat.
Mayhaps I can catch her on one of those times she does eat.
Most unnatural.
He kind of thinks for a moment. She usually cools down the forge towards late in the evening, so perhaps once the shops start closing up, you can stop by and you'll still find us open. She just won't be actively working, and then you could talk to her then.
I'll have to try and catch her around that time then. I thank you for all of your help.
Anthem gives a nod.
Delcia-san, if we will, we have other places to peruse.
Of course. Thank you very much, Anthem-san.
He looks down at you, Moon. Just my pleasure.
And please give our regards to Mistress Rimmel, son. And then she kind of toddles out.
Eric will chuckled a little bit as he walked away, hearing her say that.
As you leave, you can see Rimmel walks back into the back room area.
You mean Anthem?
Excuse me, Anthem. I said Rimmel, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
My bad.
I'm like, wait a minute.
The coin flip in my head was Rimmel coming out at the last second, or Anthem going in, and I flipped it. And I switched them up. My B. So, where to next? Or what next, I should say.
Oh, what's
Eric would actually turn and ask Delcia that exact same thing.
Okay, so Delcia's kind of looking at the list. What's next on the list?
You have Morning Singers, which is the herbalist/alchemist. You have the 1 and 2, specifically the one side, which is where you'd be able to pick up a map. And then you'd have the general store for some random supplies like rations, bedrolls, torches, if that's what you're missing.
I am thinking the 1 and 2 and pick up a... That was the place with the map, right?
Yeah.
I believe that's correct.
Let's get a map. Maps are good.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay. So, you kind of make your way towards the center of the market area, back towards the left-handed knight, and you can see just around the corner, you see something that looks like a fireball and an ice ball kind of mixed together. And it sticks out from the side of the building to kind of like direct attention to itself. Excuse me.
I'm guessing this is it. Fire and ice.
Hang on.
That sounds uncomfortable.
Hang on. So as you come to the front of it, across the front of the 2 conjoined buildings is a motif of fire and ice. The name, the 1 and 2, scrolled in red and blue on dark stained wood. Entering the left door, which would be the one side. Would you like to go in? Or would you like to go in the 2 side?
I believe we recommended the 1.
Yeah, she would have written 1.
Okay, so if she wrote 1, then going in 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I lost my track of what I was reading. Okay, so entering the left door leads to a library-like room. Shelves and books and scrolls lining every inch of the tall walls. The smell of salt and wood hangs in the air, which almost seems to buzz softly. The only spot on the walls that isn't covered in shelves is an elevated desk and a small set of stairs leading up to it. From the entrance, it's hard to see whoever is up there, but after a few moments, you hear a little shuffling, and, hang on! And there's a shrieky voice calling down to you.
That voice is done so well. Holy crap.
Alex is the one I can do day in and day out, and I absolutely fucking love him.
Is this the guy I have to kill because you love his voice?
If you kill Alex, I will smite you. Oh my goodness. I just got really upset.
No touchy the Alex.
Oh my goodness. Lost track of what it's doing.
That was better than I could have ever asked for.
Somewhere in another plane, Karstein just turns her gun on Ash.
Karstein wouldn't hurt Ash in a million years.
Well,
she wouldn't, but...
Rowan Karstein definitely wouldn't. She has a thing for him.
She does not. Anyway,
She does.
before some unnatural force just ends this session right now, You hear a small thump, and down the stairs comes a relatively young halfling, trying to hold up his little robe, and he kind of makes his way down. He comes to stand before you. This is a young halfling, approximately the same age as you, Moon. We call it dressed in a very simple green robe, and his bare toes are sticking out from underneath the edge of the material. Around his neck hangs a small pendant, something familiar to you, too, Moon. A silver triangle pointed downwards, and the image of a swirling mist around it. If you stare at it, you can almost swear it moves and twists. His bright yellow eyes bounce between the two of you, and his dirty blonde hair kind of falls in his eyes, and he pushes it. Oh, hi! Welcome to the 1 and 2. I'm Elks. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm Delcia, and this is Erik's son.
Pleasure to meet you, Elkson.
We're new to town, and we just went to the Adventurers Guild, and we were told to come here and go all over the place and talk to everybody and say hi and get supplies. And they said you had maps, and maps are good. I like exploring things. So, do you have any maps?
He, looks at you. Question, is your necklace noticeable or no?
Probably not.
Okay. He looks at you and he seems to get more and more excited. Like he's almost vibrating the more you talk. He's like, yeah, I've got maps. What type of, if Nim sent you on a job, then you need a map of the land?
Need a map of the city and the land and the coal something?
Oh, you're heading to Coalfell!
Yes, Coalfell.
Oh no, why did Nightbot do that? No, bad Nightbot!
It slapped all it.
Shit. I don't know. I'll fix that. Sorry, I don't know what happened.
You probably deserved it, Dalit, to be completely fair.
Well, you know what it is? I don't have him as a regular.
Green listed?
Yeah, I don't have him green listed, because I didn't know his freaking Twitch name.
Dalit?
Well, I didn't know it wasn't just Dalit, that's the thing.
Nightbot's
There's
using
nothing else there.
Dalit as a punching bag.
Yeah.
To
Oh
be
no,
fair,
I did add him.
Great punching bag.
You know what, Nightbot? Go take a nap. Anyway, so yeah, Alex goes, oh, you need to go to Coalfell. So you need a map of the land. Okay, yeah, I can do that. And he kind of totters off to one of the sides and climbs up a small little ladder, and you can see that there's easily 100 different scroll tubes. And he's like standing there on the ladder, looking over. Okay. Let's see. Map. No. He grabs one with both hands and he pulls it off, and you almost expect him to just fall flat on his ass, but somehow he manages to catch himself, and he kind of totters backwards off the ladder with this decently sized scroll tube. It's probably about 2 feet long.
What is your passive perception, Delcia? Just out of curiosity.
Let's see.
14?
It's 13, but it would have +5 to it, so...
+5, shit, yeah. Because you fucking took observant.
Right. Okay, in that case, you would have noticed, like, when it looked like he was about to fall, Erik tensed for a second, like he was about to move.
Yeah, Delcia was about to, too, so...
So he toddles over and he's like, this map will give you, will show you a lot of things. And he'll go and he'll open it up and actually get to show you guys this.
Woo.
I know exactly what tool you used.
I love this fucking tool. I absolutely love it. I really do. And
nice.
He unfurls it and he spreads it out, and he uses the scroll tube as a weight, and he, for some reason, he just has like a little random book that looks like it looks like it weighs a ton, and he puts it on the side. He goes, here you go. So here, and he points to the big city. This is us. That's Lockmoor. And then you've got Coalfell over here in the mountains. So you just follow these roads, or either one of them, and it takes you right there.
What's that city directly to the north?
Which one?
Like the one just to the north.
Like directly north?
Yeah, I'm trying to click on the map to make it.
Hang on, I'll help you. That one?
Yes.
Oh, hang on. Fuck, what did I name it? No one sees this. Hang on. Because I have a text version of this and I don't remember what the hell I called it. Where did you put it, Rose? No one sees this. Whoops, that's not it. That's the regular map. That's the Grounds of Faith.
That's what?
Grounds of Faith.
Grounds of Faith. Ooh, holy place.
Yeah, we don't really have cemeteries in the city. And because there's so many different types of people and religions, it's kind of spooky. It's just one really big graveyard and catacombs.
It's a necropolis.
Yeah, kind of like that. But it's actually kind of pretty, too. Because there's a lot of people who take care of it, and they actually kind of get along.
That's really neat. I'd like to go sometime.
Nice as that sounds. I think I've had my share of death in my life. I'll have to avoid that if necessary.
Yes, but I mean, all these people working together and taking care of and remembering the dead. I mean, you're not truly dead until nobody remembers you anymore, right? So, we should at least go and remember them so that their memory stays alive.
That's a poetic way of putting it. And you're right. All those people working together would be nice to see. Maybe one trip.
Hey, Alex, I've got a question.
Woo. Hang on. Discord went robot. Say something?
Okay. Speaking. Talking.
Okay,
Testing.
hang on. I don't know if it's me or if it's you. I mean, hang on. Let me disconnect. Hang on. Disconnect. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, say something now.
Testing.
No, I think it's me. Matt?
I
Oh god, no, it's me. Fuck. I think it's me.
Yeah, it's definitely you because everybody sounds fine on this end.
Fuck.
Yeah, Matt sounds fine to me.
Okay, let me restart Discord. I'll be right back. This is fun. Do 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 do. This is fun. Do 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 do. 1 second, people. What the fuck, Discord? Load. Come on.
True.
Okay, try one more time.
No.
Testing.
Nope. Fuck, it's me. What the hell is screwing up?
I promise I don't bring the technical difficulties with me. Not
No,
my fault.
you brought technical difficulties. God damn it. Okay, hang on.
First Ash's game, and now the game that Eric's in.
Okay.
God dang it.
Re-say something?
Oh, I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Oh, fuck, it keeps going robot. Shit. Okay. This is gonna be a problem. Let me go quickly restart the router. Pick it right back up. I'm gonna keep the keep the recording going. I'll be right back then. Fuck.
The stream might go down.
Yeah, so give me a minute.
Yep, bear with us, everyone. Or does the internet go curse splatty again?
His name is Alex, spelled A-L-X.
Yeah.
see how well this... Yeah, I know. Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Nope, not at all.
Okay, everything's back. That's
God
back.
damn it. Okay.
Hang on. Now let me know when the stream kicks back on. What are you jerks doing?
You didn't hear my response.
No, I heard you.
Oh. That's what I'm laughing at. Because I'm a jerk.
I'm trying to see if it's just
I
going to
was
restart
pressing
the
it.
stream on its own. Hang on. Hang on. Okay, yay, back up! Holy shit, that was fun.
Woo.
Okay. So, talked about the grounds of faith. You said it'd be nice to visit. Let's go.
Yes.
So Alex sits there, nodding to what you're saying.
What's the place we were told to go to?
Coalfell. And
Coalfell.
he points at the
That was
the
more
little
of a player question, but okay.
Oh, it was Coalfell, yeah. Coalfell. Coalfell.
I ain't even gonna try and spell that right now.
Ugh, okay.
I'll get it later.
It's
I get it later.
coal, like your mine in the mountains, so Coalfell.
Kind of get it. Not trying to spell it right now. I just wanted to know
Yeah, you're heading to
if
Coalfell.
we knew which place we were going to.
It's written on the note that Nim gave you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
And I know I was just gonna make, and I think somebody already pointed out where it was. So I don't.
Yep, he already pointed out that it was by
Along the mountains. It is exactly what you think, Psycho. So, but Alex sits there with the map looking between you two. There's plenty of places to go, especially since you're new. Like there's, oh crap, DM forgot. There's, Nor Beach, and he points to the little dock place right here. There's Leaside, which is, on the south side. It's really weird. If you have time to really go explore, you can go all the way up to Coalacre. And all the places in between, it's nothing but farms, and it's really pretty. So, yeah. So he points out Coalacre, he goes, there's a few other places, but they're a bit, well, yeah, they're kind of far away, too. There's, Rivers Meet, and he points to the town between the two rivers. You can go all the way out to, what's the town's name? Why is that broken? To Woodhurst, and he points to the town all the way to the right. But there's a lot to see out here.
We will definitely be. Well, I'll take time to explore. I'm not sure about Eric's-san over here, just passing through. Do you have a map of the city itself?
Allow me a question while you think on that. The area in a whole, is each city individually governed, or how does that work around here?
He kind of scratches his head as he rolls up the map. Let's bring you back to Lockmoor. And zoom back in. It's kind of weird because, like, Lockmoor watches out for everyone nearby. So, like, Coalacre and Coalfell and, the two fishing places. We have, I don't have anything. There is a military, and we kind of keep to ourselves. I mean, there's politicians and nobles, but, we just kind of do our own thing, and it's just kind of work like that.
I see. Well, thank you for your answer.
I don't have a map of the town, city.
Oh, that's okay. Perhaps there's a book you've heard of too. There's a story I remember from when I was little. I figured with all the books here, you might remember it. It was something about a white wolf standing over a red river.
Alex kind of blinks and looks at you. Yeah, he seems almost confused that you said this. And he scratches his chin. Shit, hang on 1 second. Where the hell did you put it, Rose? You wrote the other one, you didn't write the main one. Good fucking job. Hang on.
You wrote both.
Yeah. He looks about the story. You know, I don't know if you really want to read that. It's a story that even bores demons.
It was such a fun story, I seem to remember, but, that's okay. Thank you, though. It's good to know.
Excuse me, he kind of, like, thinks for a minute. There might be others who might have it, too. Or who might have their own,
Their own copies?
Yeah! He does not seem like he's prepared for this moment at all. But he's like, yeah, I mean, I can't really say who would have the story, but I'm sure you could find more.
Okay, thank you. And if you could just let them know that, you know, there might be a buyer in the area, then I'd appreciate it.
Okay, yeah, I'll let him know.
Awesome, thanks.
Alex, if I might have another inquiry. I'm new and I don't really know. What exactly is it you do here?
Oh!
And are you the owner?
He laughs. Well, I own all the books. They're all mine. But the building is owned by, Aiden next door. I'm really good at, enchanting things.
Really?
Yeah.
That is so neat.
That's quite a talent to have for someone that appears so young.
Well, Aiden says, I'm a bit of one of a kind. I didn't have a last name, so he called me Lone Spark. I was doing, like, magic tricks for money, and he found me, and, he helped me learn more stuff. And now I have this store. He seems almost embarrassed, but very proud of what he's saying.
Well, that's very good of you. And good for you. Congratulations on ending up in such a wonderful position.
Thank you.
You've done very well for yourself in all these books, yeah. You're very smart, very obviously.
Well, I mean, it's a lot to remember. But I know pretty much where every book is, and, if you've got questions, I'd be happy to help.
We'll keep that in mind.
Yes, we will. I'm sure I'll have lots of questions. I'm still learning my way around the city. What's the best place to get food around here?
And he kind of smiles. Well, it really depends. There's, you can always go over to, the left-handed knight. Elmas, she won't tell you this, but she makes these cute little desserts. She swears she doesn't cook, but she does. And it's really nice, and she'll bring me a couple of them. She's got good food. I like it.
She does have really good food.
There's, if you head over to the plaza area up to the north side of town, there's a couple other food places there. There's even, there's a place that makes sandwiches too. It's always swamped though.
It just means the food's good there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so who should we watch out for in town? Anybody we should be, you know, kind of wary of other than back alleys? And, or who's in charge? Who should we, you know, be especially respectful to, or, you know, watch where we step?
Excuse me. Alex is starting to kill me. Oh no, almost out of water. Really? Like, I mean, there's the city guard, and, you know, they keep things safe and proper. There's a couple of nobles, but no one listens to them. They've got a lot of money and no brains.
Eric will
Sounds
chuckle
about right.
noticeably at that.
What does Eric do? I'm sorry?
Chuckles very noticeably at that. Like he tries to cover it, but it's like that kind of thing.
Um, I don't really get involved in that stuff, mainly because most people don't take me seriously. But yeah, the
Well, that's a
city.
shame on them for not taking your true talent serious.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of people who do. Ilmis definitely. She thinks it's great. Emin, he's really great too. He makes sure I get new like botany books. Really, everyone in the main market area is really nice, especially to me.
Well, that's good, though. You've got everybody looking out for you, and, who is Emin?
Oh, Emin, and he kind of totters over to the front of the store. And there's a big bay window, and it looks out onto the portion of the market that it can see. And he squishes his face right against the glass, the left side of his cheek, and he like points, kind of in the across the way from where the left-handed knight is, and he goes, "Right there with the flower, right that." And he pulls his face. Emin, he grows really pretty flowers, and they're so nice, and he makes really nice potions, and he's really smart, and he's really nice.
Well, that's good to know. Deli kind of squints her eyes and is thinking. Is there anything in particular he likes? Any hobbies, or, other than the plants?
Alex kind of sits there and thinks.
Like any treats he likes or anything like that?
I don't know. I try to give him stuff, but he usually just tells me to keep it for myself. But he kind of giggles and blushes almost. I think Ilmis might know.
Oh, I see. Okay. If you find any flowers he doesn't have, that's what he likes. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Always nice to do things for others. What about Mistress Rummel and Anthem? Was it?
Oh, Anthem. They're really nice. They sing and like sometimes with like some of the other people will get together and they'll sing, and they got really nice voice, but I don't get to listen to it at all because I usually end up falling asleep. And he kind of gets really embarrassed by that.
Because they usually do it late at night, or it's just really nice when you fall asleep?
It's really nice. It is. Hang on. I haven't had to do Alex's voice this long. It's killing me.
Sorry.
No, it's fun too, though. Remmel's, if I didn't know her, I'd say she's really scary. But she's really nice and she's sweet. She makes really pretty things too.
Yeah, we were in her shop and we saw some of it. I can't wait to poke around some more, though. But right now we kind of have a job to do, so we're just kind of, I guess, rushing around and just getting to know people and what they have to offer.
With that, shall we be taking our leave, Dacia? Son?
Yes, let's. It was really nice meeting you, Alex.
Nice meeting you too. He hops down from the little ledge for the window and he scoops up the scroll case that has the map and he hands it off to you. If you're gonna go on a job, just be careful.
Okay. Do you want us to bring you back anything?
No, I'm good. I've got a bit of work to do myself. But I'm good.
For your assistance. And though I may not be one of particular magical ability, and like Erik will kind of give the whole like look at me kind of stance, like the weapons and everything, not his forte. If I see anybody that needs help, I know who to point them to.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And Eric will start walking towards the door.
Cool. Alex stands there and watches you two leave and kind of... No, he doesn't, like, just normally walk back. He seems very upbeat, even more so than the normal. And he climbs up his little steps to his desk and goes back to whatever he's working on.
Deli gives them a wave as, they're walking out, and a smile, and then just goes out. For once, Erik is leading.
I know, right?
As Eric's walking, he's going to look over his shoulder and just be like, so, how many places left on that list? The general store and this one across the street, yes?
Yes, I think so.
I have no particular need for anything from either of those stores, so unless you have a desire.
Well, I think it would be at least nice to talk to the shopkeepers just to see what's there in case we need options, or maybe they'll have other stuff that we might be able to pick up for them while we're out.
Very well. Then let's hit the store right here.
You never know when you can grab a few extra coins.
So he'll walk towards Morning Singers, I guess.
Okay, that is across the way. I like reading descriptions. Hang on. The problem is that it's a lot of descriptions I wrote, or a lot of details I wrote, so I need to scroll back and forth. Hi, Emin, there you are. Morning Singers is a deep purple building that sits slightly off to the side, a massive golden purple flower that opens up into a marbled speckled center, almost lily-like. Inside, you can see that the walls are lined with shelves and shelves of bottles and boxes and plants, both potted and dry. And through the window you can see that there is a high counter covered in more bottles and books.
That it?
Well, if you're standing outside, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like you just kind of abruptly ended. I'm like, was that it?
That's it. No more.
No more description for you. Rah!
Well, I mean, we were walking in, so
Okay. I was just double checking. As you enter, you can see that there is a tall elf with a mortar and pestle in hand. He's got deep purple robes decorated in stains and burns and discolorations. You can probably guess from spills or potions. His hair is a odd fainted blonde, and right along the roots is a hint of purple. Mostly pulled back into a ponytail, though several strands seem to fall into his face. He doesn't look up at you guys, he just kind of keeps working on what he does. Finishes up after a minute. Looks between the two of you. Looks down at you, Moon.
Hi!
Hello.
Alex. We're new in town. Nim sent us around to check in on people and say hi. And Alex also said you were really nice and said we should come over and say hi. So, hi.
Hearing Alex's name, he gives a small grin, but gives a nod. Well, the boy does good work, so I can't complain. I am Emin. The city... That's not his voice.
Could you spell that for me?
Emin? E-M-M-I-N. Which is a problem, because I know somebody named Emmons, and I keep wanting to say Emmons, but it's Emin.
I wasn't certain what you were saying, so that's why I asked for that to be spelled. So,
I
know half his name.
Yeah. And I just realized that's not his voice, so voice is going to be all over the place today. But yeah, it gives a nod about Alex. I am the city herbalist and alchemist. You said Nim sent you on a job?
Yes, she sent us on a job, and before we were to go out and actually do it, she wanted us to go around and meet the shopkeepers and see what everyone had to offer.
He gives a nod, and the thing that he's working on, he kind of dumps the mortar, into like a small little pouch, and he ties it off, and nearby there's a wooden box, and he puts it in the box and closes it. Kind of clears off his counter and sets an arm. Both of you have higher passive perception than 10. Because 10 is baseline, I'm dumb.
Yeah.
You can see as he leans his arm, he's wearing half-fingered gloves, but you can see that his fingers are, like, speckled and scarred. And you can, it kind of matches his robe, so you can kind of guess, you know, it's from accidents, probably. Trial and error type thing. He, pushes the hair out of his face. If you have a bill, I'm sure that Nim is looking for, supplies for you two.
That would be about right.
He opens his hand.
And she will hand it over.
Gives a quick look. Folds it, hands it back. Nothing special. Usual set. Okay. Pulls out this good size. It's like a 2 by 1 by 1 foot box, and he opens it up. You can't see it, Moon, because you're just way too short. Erik, you can see that this box is filled with vials of different colors and different sizes. And he kind of sorts through them, and you hear clinking of glass, and
Moon is hopping up and down to try and see over the counter.
This is a tall counter. This is like a 4 foot tall counter. The thing, and you're like 3 foot, so... And you're bouncy normally. So you're getting glimpses of this box as you're hopping. But he pulls out 2 vials, looks between the two of you, pulls out a third, closes the box and sets the... He's still holding them, but he places them on the front of the counter. Simple healing potions. I would presume that both of you know how these work.
Take orally, not anally. Got it.
That'll catch Erik off guard too, but he kind of didn't hear it entirely, so he was speaking to him.
Emin is just kind of like, I think I heard that. Not quite sure. Sure. If you're on a job, do be careful.
Excellent.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
You said you were an herbalist, right?
He kind of motions to... There's about 2 or 3... It's about like 3... 3 shelves, like, lined with different plants. Potted, and some are, like, floating in what looks like some sort of liquid. You could say that. I have my own garden, and I take care of the gardens around the city.
Really? That is amazing. I can't wait to see the gardens around the city. Yours too, if you don't mind sometime. But right now, do you have any catnip or valerian root? She kind of looks up hopefully.
Emmons looks back.
Erik is standing a little bit behind her with an eyebrow raised.
Not in my personal garden. I could send a messenger to one of the other gardens to see if they do.
That would be amazing. She's almost quivering.
Gives a nod. His eyes flicker for a second. Just because both of you have... What's your passive perception, Erik? Or Matt?
13.
Okay. You'd catch it.
Assuming I'm reading this right. Yes, 13.
Okay. You'd catch it. It's a quick flash of light green. And there seems to be an understanding. A sense of understanding over... that comes over Emmons' face. Yeah, I can send a messenger, a runner, to see if somebody has it.
Thank you. We'll be back later, I'm sure.
gives a nod.
Is there anything we can do for you or anything you need?
No. I've already sent 2 gentlemen out for an errand of my own. But I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. What kind of other potions do you have around here? And elixirs and other... Do they taste good too, or are they just for function?
Usually they're just for function. I don't usually have to make a potion taste good for somebody to take it.
Ah, I see. You could probably make a little more money with some better flavored ones. I mean, not saying that yours tastes terrible, just, kind of a little business. But anyway, thank you.
As you're saying this, his left eyebrow slowly raises. Right.
Eric's does as well.
Anything for you? He nods to you, Erik.
I'm fine, thank you. Just getting to know the town.
Okay. Well, if you're on a bill, then good luck.
Many thanks, Emin-san. Shall we be going, Delcia? Son?
Sure. Is there anything special of notice that Deli would notice, as she gives one final glance around, before leaving?
Is there something specific that you're looking for, or?
Just anything unusual or, out of the ordinary, anything that, might just pique interest.
Then give me a perception, and let's see if you roll higher than a 12.
Jeez.
Actually, you're gonna need higher than that, but, Okay,
How's
yeah.
that?
Yeah, it works. As you're looking about, some of the plants... It's weird. You're looking at Emin, and out of the corner of your eye, you think you see a flicker. And then when you look up at some of these plants, they look normal. And then you look back at him, and you swear, again, there's like this little flicker of light. But every time you look at it, it's just normal.
Okay, she'll just kind of look back at him and kind of squint her eyes at him a little bit, look at one of the plants, look back at him, and she'll just kind of shrug and skip out.
To the general store now.
General store. I'm sure they probably have all the usual stuff.
Probably.
But you never know when they might have, like, a miniature llama for sale or something.
I don't think that would be a general store.
Like, you never know. This is an unusual town.
I mean, that's fair.
I'm sitting here just like a fucking llama? A llama of all things?
A miniature llama. You gotta get it right.
Sure. Okay. So you make your way back across the market area to the general store. There's almost no one in there. It actually seems like the store just got like a supply shipment. They're kind of unpacking things, seeming to restock stuff. There's a older gentleman, probably in his mid-40s, kind of crew cut hair, kind of tan skin. Like it's like I said, like he's been in the sun a lot. There's a half elf woman helping him. They're kind of unpacking stuff, and the man takes notice. Yes. Excuse the mess. How can I help you?
Hello. We're from the Adventurers Guild. Nim sent us to say hi and check things out. And my name's Delcia, and this is Erik's son. And we're just dropping in to say hi, see what you have, and if there's anything that we might need to know or have for our the job.
Taking all this in, the man kind of looks like he's biting back a laugh. He's like, "Oh, well, the guild's gonna have fun with you. I can see. We
Good. I hope you have fun with them too."
emotions.
Erik is behind her, and in this guy's line of sight, just kind of like shaking his head, watching her.
He makes a motion to the boxes that are in sacks that are still kind of sitting around. We're good on supplies, but what about your own?
I think I'm okay. Big guy, what about you?
Nothing that I can think that I need.
Okay.
Do you have any miniature llamas?
He kind of narrows his eyes. Like a toy?
I guess, sure.
He thinks maybe one of the wood carving or the woodworkers might have it. He seems generally stumped that you have just thrown this at him.
She honestly wasn't expecting an answer, so she's just like, yeah, sure, whatever. Roll with it.
That's essentially what it is.
Yep. Oh, I'll check them out then. I didn't catch your name.
Fuck. One time, this is the one NPC I don't have a goddamn name for. Niall.
Niall, nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Alright, well, I think we're done here, so we should probably get on with the job. She kind of toddles out. See you around, Niall.
Once she's kind of like out the door, Erik will turn back around and be like, "Apologies." Give this kind of confused like nod / bow, and continue to follow.
Niall nods and goes right back to unpacking the boxes in sacks of supplies.
Once he's outside, he'll look to Delcia and be like, "Well, that covers just about all the places we were recommended. Anything else you want to do before getting on with this bill?"
I think I need to grab a snack, but yeah, let's go.
I don't know why that's so funny to me. That should not be as funny as it is to me, but it is.
Well, I believe there's a food place on the way to the road out.
Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to go to the left-handed knight. I want to ask Ilmis something real quick, and I can grab a snack while I'm there, and I'll just be like 2 minutes.
And grab my water for this.
I will wait for you at the gate then.
Okay, I'll see you there. Don't get lost. You want the? No, we didn't get a map of the city. Why didn't we get?
There's a very rough sketch, and what it would be, it'd be of the plaza up in the upper right, this, and the road that's right next to it, just south of it, and it's the gatehouse there.
Okay.
And she'd be like, go by the alley, we call it next to the 1 and 2, follow it past the plaza to the gatehouse.
Also, Delcia-san, might I hold on to the bill while you take care of this?
Sure, but don't wander off with it, please.
Of course not. We're signed to do this together. Doing it by myself would leave nothing to gain.
Sounds good. So she hands it over to him.
He'll take it and start walking towards the gate.
Now, if you run off with it, I will find you.
I have no doubt that you will. Once Eric gets to the gate, he's just gonna kind of like sit right on the outside edge of it. Like the city has walls, right?
Yeah.
And he's gonna sit like against the city walls in kind of like a meditative, like sitting stance, and just kind of sit there and wait.
Okay. There's a couple of guards who look at you, kind of watch you, but they don't seem to be bothered by your presence. They leave you be.
I'll have nodded hello as I walk past them. Otherwise, I'm just waiting on Delcia.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Deli's going to walk back into the left-handed knight.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume Elmis is still there serving? Yeah. Okay. Miss Elmis.
Oh, you're back. What can I do for you, little one?
Actually, I wanted to... Well, one, I need another snack, please. And I was wondering if you could do me a little favor. I mean, I'll pay for it, of course. But, we went and we saw Emin and Alex and everybody else. And, Alex mentioned something about special little treats that he likes.
When you say it, Ilmus just kind of chuckles. That little rat.
Well, not for me. But I was wondering if you'd be able to send him a couple on my behalf, and maybe something to Emin and she mentions the other shopkeepers' names. You know, just as thanks.
She chuckles a bit more. Oh, I can tell you that they get their fair share, but I will make sure it is on your behalf.
Thank you, I really appreciate it. How much would you like for them?
She kind of she like waves, not waves you off, but like gives you like a small like no hand wave. I'm already giving them. I'll just tell them that they're from you.
Oh, thank you, but you should get something. I mean, you, a very lovely and generous and kind person such as yourself. You know, I'll figure something out for you.
She just kind of gives you, like, she's leaning on the bar counter and just gives a small nod.
Well, could I have like a little
snack?
Just a little, yes, turkey leg or something, please.
She's
just not. It's not a giggle, because I don't think half orcs can giggle.
Half orcs can totally giggle. That's right.
That's right.
It's a rumble. That's what it sounds more like to me. That's what it would sound like. You know, it's a laugh. It's a chuckle. It's not quite a giggle. She wanders back into the kitchen, and at this time, like lunch is kind of winding down. And she goes back, and she comes back, and you can see that she's got whatever it is. It's wrapped in kind of like parchment, essentially. You can see two bones sticking out. If you're heading out, figure since the boy didn't eat, you may convince him to do so.
I will do my very best.
Good.
Thank you so much, Miss Illness. You are the absolute sweetest. And she hugs her knee again.
It's almost obnoxious how loud she laughs at that. But she gives you a pat on the head. I appreciate it, Deli.
And we do too. So we will definitely see you around. And she takes the package, gives her a smile and wave, and skips out the door. And then as soon as she's out the door, like as soon as she crosses that threshold, she starts running.
Okay. You follow having looked over the bill, since you were like the first one to actually hold it, you start to make your way. Even if you get lost, people are like directing you to where it is. When you wind up to the gatehouse, some of the guards give you a nod, but they don't really say anything to you.
Okay. So yeah, she's like, have you seen this strange man with the strange outfit and the two swords? And oh, he's right over there. Okay, thank you very much, sir.
One of the guards had his finger open to, his mouth open, his finger up to point, but as you continued, he's just kind of like, okay.
When you walk up to Erik, he's kind of sitting there like in like the pretty standard like meditative pose. His hands just kind of resting together like in his lap. His sword's kind of resting at his side, like not in underneath the sash, but like sitting on the ground next to him.
Okay, she walks up. She's got a turkey leg in one hand that she's just eating, and the other one's kind of wrapped up. And I'm back.
He'll open one eye and look and see it's you, and then open the other. And I see that to be so. Shall we be on our way?
Yes. Miss Illness gave me this one for you. If you should get a little peckish on the way.
I have a feeling you'll need it before I do.
Oh no, I was specifically told to give this one to you, so I will not be eating it. See, I've got one.
He'll raise an eyebrow. He'll grab his sword, stand up, and put them back in their place under his sash. And then accept the, was it a turkey leg?
Yes.
He'll accept the turkey leg.
As far as you can tell, it's a turkey leg.
Yeah. And he'll kind of eat at it a little bit as he walks. And like the one hand it'd be like in his right hand, and his left hand resting on the two swords at his side as he walks.
All right, so let's see. We were to be escorting some supplies, right? Or taking some supplies?
So at that point, while I was waiting, I would have read over the bill and looked over it thoroughly. So what we're doing is going to whatever it's called? Coalfell, picking up some supplies there, or meeting somebody with some supplies there and escorting them back to Lockmoor.
No, you are taking supplies from Lockmoor and taking the cart to Coalfell.
Okay. Did we ever get that cart and supplies?
You haven't asked the gatehouse.
Oh, okay.
We should probably do that.
Well, then that is what Erik would suggest they do.
I'm like, you haven't asked for it, you don't get it yet.
That was being explained at a point in time when I had something going on behind me, so I didn't catch it all.
It's all good. So you walk up to the guard. Actually, it's the same guard, Moon, that you started to talk to, and he was about to help you. He goes, you're back. How can I help you?
We were supposed to escort some supplies to Coalfell. I found my friend. See? He's right here.
Raises an eyebrow. If you are the
Erik
ones...
was gonna, raise a hand and smile and nod. Fine.
If you are the ones who are to be taking this endeavor, then you would have some sort
Erik
of a...
produced the bill just to show him.
Yeah, he reaches for it, and he sees a sign, and it's got the wax seal. Okay. Well,
Once he's given it back, he'll roll it up, and it'll go back up like its sleeve.
He'll lead you around the main gatehouse, and you can see, and actually you can kind of smell, there's a bit of a barnyardish, stable-ish smell. You can see that there is a cart that's already set up, just doesn't have a horse attached to it. It's covered. It's got kind of only really one spot for the driver. But as you round it, you can see that the back is open a bit. There are several boxes and sacks inside. he'll go over. He kind of motions to one of the stable hands who starts bringing over a horse, and he looks between the two of you. Well, I would say that the travel would be uneventful, and that's the truth. There have been a couple of bandit attacks, but nothing really to report between here and Coalfell, and you two look like you can handle yourselves.
I think we'll be just fine. About how long is the journey between one way?
I would say about half a day's ride. Since he kind of like looks up at the sun. If you're determined to get back tonight, you'd be back at night, but there are points in the road where we do have patrols that make sure that the roads are a little less scary for the new people.
And if it's a half a day one way, we'll make our way there, rest for the evening, and then be back tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
He gives a nod.
Thank you.
And he kind of looks between the two of you and looks at you, Moon.
She kind of blinks at him.
I would say just be careful with some of the items inside. Just do make sure that they get to the appropriate person.
Oh, of course. It would be, inappropriate to take a job and then have some of the pieces go missing or something.
Good. The stable hands finish.
Does Erik believe her when she says that? Like, does he think she's genuine, that would be bad?
I mean, if you want to roll an insight against her,
I
go for it.
I want to roll an insight against that.
Go for it. I think this is the first time it's only been 3 sessions, but I think it's the first time player insight.
Back tonight.
What'd you roll?
Nat 1.
Oh, well, fucking, as far as you know, she is the most honest fucking person ever.
Eric's even pretty insightful, but Nat 1, rolled 3, I rolled a 6. I can't roll above a 10 tonight. Dear heavens, don't let us get into a fight.
But, satisfied with your answer, Moon, he gives a nod and he goes, okay. Stable hands finished hooking up the horse, leads the horse out to the roadway, and kind of sets it up just at the gate's edge. Well, safe travels. Like I said, should be uneventful, but in any case, do be safe.
We will. Oh, what was your name, sir?
Motherfucking Ree. God damn it, hang on.
Deli's always going to ask a name.
I'm going to have like 16 fucking names prepared for you.
You gotta keep a list of at least like 30 ready at all times.
Something like that.
Sitting out there.
Oh god, I don't have a name.
Just
I don't have a
you
name.
gotta go get a new monitor, set it up, add it to the computer, and just have a list of names on that monitor for whenever.
His name's Bob.
No, his name's Brune. Brune. B-R-U-N-E. Brune.
Okay, got it. I'm sorry. She's gonna ask everybody's name.
I am officially now.
Could...
I'm gonna have to make a giant list. The thing is, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll make a list for the campaign because I know somebody's gonna ask. No, you're making me do extra work that I was not prepared for. I should have known better too.
You never know when you're gonna need a name or a contact. Just saying.
It was him. Oh shit.
Right.
But
Sergeant Brune knows me.
That's gonna get you far.
Yeah.
But he gives a slight nod. He goes, he wouldn't be a sergeant, not at the gay house. I'm Lieutenant Brune from the Red District.
Red Light District? Ooh.
No, Red District.
I
had to make the joke.
Bear from the Red District. Okay. Sorry.
They don't have that term here, okay? Deal with it.
Well, Well, nice to meet you, Lieutenant Brune. I'm Deli, and this is Erik's son, and we appreciate all the assistance.
Not a
You've
problem.
been most helpful. Alrighty, time for adventure. Let's go. And she hops up in the wagon.
Okay. Like I
We're
said,
only a single seat to drive, right?
if you tried really hard, you could fit both of you.
She's tiny. She can sit in his
Because she is smaller.
Actually,
there is space to sit in the back of the cart, even though it is covered. Or you could walk alongside of it.
you know what? She's gonna hop on the horse's back. It won't be really, like comfortable. It's not like a saddle or anything.
It does have a saddle, like a regular saddle.
Okay.
Because this is normal, like it's one of their kind of like travel horses where they're never quite sure if they're going to be as a rider or as a like a animal of burden type thing. So it does have a saddle. It's a very simplistic saddle. Enough to keep your butt okay.
Okay. So yeah, she'll hop onto the saddle.
Okay, cool.
Erik will get into the driver's seat of the cart. Then.
Motherfucker, I just remembered. You have land vehicles.
I do, yes.
I just remembered that. Damn it. No, I wanted it to crash. No kidding.
Crash and burn!
Okay, so, you set yourselves up.
Horse explodes in fiery flames.
Ooh, that'd be real bad for you.
Yeah.
What was it? Right, point blank right there. You take a double check of the map, and, Brune kind of sees you looking. If you're heading to Coalfell, it's just stay on the road. There's nothing tricky about it.
Thank you.
Slightly less exciting adventure.
I'm leading the cart on its way.
Okay. Let's get perception rolls while we do this. And I'm going to put Lockmoor back because Lockmoor is pretty. Or the overall Lockmoor. Oops. Well, Moon, you definitely see what I'm about to say. I want to see if Erik sees it too.
I rolled above a 10.
Okay.
Hot dog. I rolled 15.
Okay, so both of you would see. As you're traveling, you're actually there are two roads that lead to Lockmoor. There's the one that crosses the two little rivers, and there's the one that crosses the smaller river. You're taking technically the northern road. You're taking the southern road. As you're crossing, as you're going probably about halfway through your trip, just as you get probably just about the riverside, you look about and you can see in the distance two figures walking. They just seem to be walking back to Lockmoor. They don't really seem to be doing anything else. Other than that, a couple of animals. When you really peer really hard, you might see somebody else on the road. But the trip to Coalfell is, well, uneventful.
I mean, the people we pass stick out for any reason?
No, the thing is because it's flat land. It's kind of easy to see them, but you're on alert for any possible dangers, but they're way too far to be anywhere close of any sort of danger for you.
Fellow travelers.
Essentially.
Off in the distance.
And unless you guys wanted to do something before we actually hit Coalfell.
Nothing that I can think of.
Deli is going to be singing the entire way.
Oh, okay.
Just
Erik
FYI.
Erik will be kind of like a half grin, just watching and listening as he kind of like steers the cart.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's like singing folks, little silly little folk songs she's heard growing up, and some body tales and songs she's heard at taverns, and some of them she's just pulling completely out of her ass and making up on her own. Actually, I think she has a flute, so she might wind up playing that at some point.
Just rhymes like boot like 4 times in a row. Just boot, boot, boot.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you get to
Hey,
lock.
look, she has a good performance skill,
So you make your way to Lockmoor. So let's continue on. 2:30. Okay. And I apologize because this map's a wee bit big because I'm using it for later purposes. If you wish to place yourselves on the cart, or at least next to the cart.
I have to find it 1 second. Here we are.
It's at the bottom, sorry.
This might be large. Nope, it's not. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I listen, I was testing and retesting, and I was like, oh, please fucking, scale everybody down. Cool. Hang on, I think I might turn this down just a hair. No, it's kind of low already. Fuck it, leave it. Let's go. So, arriving at Coalfell, the sun has started to set pretty decently. Actually, no. It's probably about 5-ish, dinner time. So, arriving at Coalfell...
In 4 hours?
It's about a 4-hour walk, or even a 4-hour ride. Because, you're not racing the horse, it's going at a steady, slow pace.
Casual, steady speed, right, yeah.
So arriving at Coalfell, a lone guard stands at the small hill that's at the top of the path that leads up to it. His left arm rests on his sword, and he watches you approach. And he kind of steps forward, raising his right hand. You can kind of get a little closer. Oh,
hi!
Woo. What is the purpose of your visit?
We're bringing supplies!
And he kind of looks at the cart and looks up at you, Erik.
We're delivering for the Adventurers Guild. To be expected, I imagine.
Jim sent us.
Gives a nod. As he still stands kind of further back. Give me a perception. I can just shift over.
Sorry, I was finishing stuffing some pizza in my face.
Well, nope. You probably heard it no matter what.
Probably didn't. Anything.
Would you?
6.
No, that still beat it because motherfucker rolled a 2.
Yeah.
As the guys stand there looking over the cart, to his left, or excuse me, to your left, towards the trees, you hear creaking of wood and something that sounds like... actually, no, both of you would be familiar. It sounds like a bow being drawn. But the guy...
Cicely kind of hides it. He's gonna have his hand rest on one of his swords, ready to draw.
The guy steps forward a bit. If you're from the Adventurers Guild, then I can take it from here.
I'm going to have to decline that offer. We were the ones told to deliver to the recipient, and that's what we plan to do because, well, not going to do any different than what we're told.
That's very true. I mean, we don't know you from anybody else, so we need to make sure these things get where they're going.
He gives a nod. You know what? You're right. I've been extremely rude. Welcome to Coalfell. I am Jairus. I am your contact for the supplies.
Is his name? She kind of looks back to Erik. Was that? We were given his name, right?
He would remember if we word. Did we?
There was no name given. There was, you were told that there was a contact, but there was no name given. You know, it just says, you know, a contact in Coalfell.
Kelly's gonna eyeball him and try to determine if he's telling the truth.
Insight. As far as you know, he's telling the truth. I mean, he's not, you know, he seems a little tense, but he, as far as you know, he is your contact.
Due to the man over there in the bushes with a bow, I have to assume you're lying. Or you're about to be shot by an arrow. One of the two.
He looks at the two of you. Surely you just, I do know that there are,
He could be a guard.
In the bushes?
Best place to hide your backup. Just saying.
Guards don't generally hide backup, Delcia-san.
As you two say this, he looks at both of you. Not moving his head, he looks at both of you, and then moves his eyes as far right as he can. And then looks back at you two, like a very stern look.
A little terse with the one who blew his cover. Erik will kind of like hop down and shift so that his left hand is resting on one of his swords, very clearly showing the swords. Please, there's no need for any kind of violence.
Unfortunately, that's not my call. Almost staggeringly quick how fast Jairus does this. The right hand that waved reaches into his vest, pulls out a dagger, and flicks it towards the sound that you two heard. And you hear a and Jairus makes a dive towards both of you.
Okay then.
That's one. Shit, both of those hit. From the tree that he just threw at, and these are thick, heavy trees. These are very long trees too, so there's not much to see. But from the tree that he just threw his dagger, and from the tree on the opposite side, two arrows fly out and sink into him as he comes up and pulls the shield off of his back and takes a defensive position against the cart. I want you to roll for initiative. Once I get the turn counter, Rose, because you know what? That's fucking handy. Whoops.
You know, I thought maybe all my other dice were rolling bad. If I roll yours, it'll do good this time. Nope.
Of course.
Nope.
Nope. Give me Jairus. What is your... It's 15. He gets a plus... Fuck. Jairus is going first, though.
I got 5.
Is that like a plus infinity?
What?
Plus fuck.
Oh. Man, hang on. Wait, that's that. Add to turn. You said you got a 5?
5.
Okay. Hang on. I gotta do something because I didn't hide them. I just left them off to the side. NPCs. Where are you, asshole? You see... Now that you've seen where the arrows... Oh god, that was bad. I'm gonna put them right here, next to the tree. Next to the tree. Those are the two you can't see. I shouldn't have said that out loud. Oh, fuck. Hang on. No, Jairus still has a higher dex, so he'll go before him. Hang on. So, Oh, he goes less for now. And then... Okay, that's easy. So Jairus had essentially rolled next to you. Oops, no, don't do that. I'm actually going to zoom in because this map is huge because I'm dumb. Oh!
Technically,
wait,
Erik would be right where he is because he hopped down from the cart.
Yeah, I didn't mean to put him like right there.
You're hacking.
Stop. Actually, I have something for this. Ready? Battle music. Woo! Jairus looks over his shoulder. That's kind of loud, at least on my end. With the 2 arrows sticking out, one of his leg, one on his shoulder. I do apologize for the deception. And takes a defensive stance next to you, Erik. That's
Can I
his
roll
turn.
insight to see how truthful he is? That he was...
I mean, you can go for it. The man just took 2 arrows. So...
My rolls continue to be low. I'm not even worried about anything tonight. Yeah, no.
That asshole.
Well, Erik has seen weirder ambushes. Let's put it that way.
That does not hit. So the guy off to the left, the one who had a dagger in his collarbone, he had pulled it out and goes to pull back the arrow and lets it loose, but it kind of soars right over the cart. And he does not look happy. Moon is yours. Oh, you did put a Lala, son of a bitch.
I did. I told you I did. Okay, so... how steep is the embankment, like, along the fence?
The fence is about 5-6 feet high itself. The embankment is probably like another 7-8 feet. So, like,
okay.
the pathway that you're on, it's kind of flattened out, but you guys are a good bit off the what would be leveled ground.
Okay, and this guy over on the right, is he in the tree or on the ground?
He's now on the ground.
Okay. So, she is going to draw her daggers, and is she able to, like, run along the top of the embankment, between, like, the top of the embankment and the wall, or
no? There's pretty much there's probably only a couple of inches.
Okay.
Even with your tiny side, it would be pretty much not possible.
Okay.
Oh wait, I need to roll for damage that Jairus took. Fuck. Sorry, buddy.
No, it's okay. You don't have to do that.
No, I gotta. What the hell's my D8?
I don't know.
That's a
The cat
cat
took
head.
it.
No,
The cat
don't say
took
that. Found one. Okay, never mind. He only took like 4 damage. That works.
Alright, well, Eric's not on the cart anymore, right?
He had hopped down, yes.
Yeah, I'm standing next to it.
Okay then. New plan for Deli then. She's still sitting in the saddle.
She is.
Grabbing the reins, kicking the horse, and charging it into town.
Oh boy. Give me an animal handling.
Yes, a whopping 7!
You kick the horse, but you're also kind of small, and the horse doesn't seem to care. It kind of, gives you a kind of stomps, but it moves forward like a foot, a couple of steps, but doesn't go anywhere.
Damn it! Okay,
The horse more seems annoyed now than anything.
I am going to. Can I dig my claws into its haunch?
Trying to get the horse to move, I would say, would have been a full action.
Okay.
Do you have a bonus action? No, bonus action attack can only occur if you've actually attacked. So you can't really do much to the horse.
I can't do anything. Okay, so then that's gonna be it for now.
Okay. Erik, it's yours.
Seeing what Delcia was trying to do, can Erik make a animal handling check to try and shoo the horse to run along the way into town?
Yeah. Oh, are you? I should have asked. How are you? Are you like trying to coax it, or are you just like slapping its haunch to go?
I was trying to coax it to like.
Okay, then it would be just flat out animal handling.
No, natural one.
Oh,
God damn it!
the horse just farts.
Like Erik will kind of sigh and just be like, kind of like shrug to himself, like, guess I tried.
This horse is like the most unimpressed and laziest freaking horse ever.
Horse has no chill.
Yeah, I've got to tell you his story later. But anyway,
So Erik will walk forward, like completely casually, like his hand still like resting on his swords, his other hand kind of up, and as he's walking, he's just like, "We can still avoid any bloodshed, any type of conflict. We don't have to do this. Just let us by. Y'all can go about y'all's business. It's not an ambush anymore. It's just a straight out brawl. There will be casualties. Just let it go."
That it?
That's it.
Okay. It's that jerk's turn. He doesn't seem to give two fucks. Never mind. He goes to notch an arrow and goes to shoot it, and you hear a kind of weird twang, and you kind of see that his bow string has kind of started to fray heavily, and you hear him curse, and he throws it aside, and he draws his sword. What are these assholes' movements? I actually took notes for this.
Generally 30.
Yeah, 30.
On the board.
That's as far as you can get, jerk. Have fun. It is back to Jairus. Seeing that you've kind of said this, he looks across, he looks up at Moon. Is he always like this? He's kind of pissed. Actually, no, he's got extra movement, because I liked him a lot. Doesn't matter. Running up to his attacker, he draws the longsword from the side, swings. What did I have for your to hit? No, your hit to hit is stupid, Jairus. I remember that, because you're a strong boy. Oh, okay, yeah, that hits. So, he's, like I said, Jairus pulls his sword, his longsword out, and he just crashes down onto the bowman's shoulder. It is a 1d8. Why did you throw the d8 away? There it is. Oh! Okay. Well, as Jairus brings his sword down, it catches him right between the shoulder and the neck, and it sinks until it hits his collarbone. And the guy starts and just kind of starts to slump on the sword. And Jairus kicks him off and shakes it and turns back to you, Erik. There's no talking through. I can speak. There's no talking with them. I've already tried this.
Well, I haven't.
Oh, he's fucking dead. But how do you do the X thingy? Never mind. He's just staying there, but he's dead. It is... No, Moon, it's your turn. I had to think about that.
Okay. With animalistic howl. Kelly goes and says hi to the other guy. While shouting over her shoulder to Jarrus. I don't know if he's always like this. Just met him! And, she's gonna pull out her daggers. And, well, actually I think rapier. Yeah, rapier.
Okay. Nope.
24 doesn't hit?
Oh, no, sorry, I was trying... No, 24 definitely freaking hits.
These enemies are level 5.
So I guess
5 damage? Oh,
5 damage,
8.
yeah. Well, that has sneak attack, so I don't think she'd get sneak attack on
No,
it,
you don't
but-
get sneak attack on it.
Right, so I don't know why I added that.
Oh, probably because I removed his turn. Whatever, he's dead. We all know he's dead. Just bet. Ready?
Okay.
Ready. Dead. So you go up and, you know, he's still pissed that his bow is broken. And you draw your dagger and you catch him right in the side and he's like, ugh! And he kind of looks at you like, how the hell is this little thing freaking, like, you know, dealing so much? You know, why did that hurt?
Yeah, she howled like a demon when she
Whoops.
struck him.
Yeah, that too. That? Oh, that. He's dead. Like, dead. There we go. I figured it out. Oh, thank you, Leek. I'll figure it out one of these days. Anything else for you?
Can she get a second attack, or...
Do you have a second attack? Are you dual wielding?
I don't know. She would be.
Okay. You get a second attack. If you don't have the feat, it is without your proficiency?
You can add your proficiency for proficiency with it, you just don't add your bonus to the damage die.
Okay, that's what it is, yeah.
Okay.
And you would use whatever's in your offhand, so I'm assuming a dagger if you're
Yeah,
yeah.
that would be
main hand.
dagger.
Oh yeah, that hits.
So, let's see. Dagger would be 1d4, but not my bonus damage.
Correct, so just a d4.
yeah. Okay. So you catch him, you know, as you pull back, and he's kind of like almost stunned that you've hit him the first time. You quickly go in with the second hit, and you catch him in the gut, and he kind of starts to double over, and he's clutching it with his free hand, and he looks down at you. Very angry.
That's his problem.
Yeah. Oops, where'd we go? Don't mind the fact that this guy... Ooh. From the houses and the tower... I don't know why I didn't put the archers in the tower, because that would have made sense. Oops. 3 more, wonderful. Oh god, I can't... God damn it. I have to scroll up for that. At turn, he is at 13. I gotta add him. You're the idiot with 2 also. Yeah, you go after. And he is at 11. Ignore the crawler. That didn't happen.
Sudden fat ass
Whoops.
crawler.
Yeah, fat ass crawler. I did not expect. So you just went moon. It is this guy's turn. Oh, I gotta measure.
I realize this is just a token of a guy in like a coat, but like on the little order sheet, it looks like he's just really fat.
It does. You see him come out. It's not. It's right out here. Oh, what the hell is this thing? Oh, freaking hell. Hang on, sorry. Sorry, I thought I had it. I didn't have it because I'm dumb. You see him kind of look amongst what's going on and sees the down guy. He looks up at Jarrus and just shakes his head. And pulling his hand back, his right hand back behind him, and he throws it forward, and you see this bolt of fire shriek towards Jarrus. And misses. It kind of just... Jarrus, seeing this, kind of ducks a little bit, soars over the fence and onto the grass just outside of town. Excuse me. And he, the guy who just cast it sneers at him. The guy who just came from the tower, seeing what's going on, comes forward. Yeah, actually, gotta be here. And swings at you. Actually, it's not flanking, so it's not whatchamacallit. Which one is this? Hang on, sorry. He's got what to hit. Pulls a scimitar off of his hip. I don't think an 11 hits.
Nope.
Fuck. Okay. I'm like, oh my god, why do my people suck? So pulls the scimitar off his hip, races above his head, and starts to bring it down. But you're used to basic bitch attacks like this. Like, you're trained to avoid this stuff. And he sidestep it and he just clinks it against the ground and kind of steps back and just growls at you.
And she giggles at him.
Erik, it's yours.
Erik will take his hand and draw the wakizashi out and walk towards this guy. And make a strike with it. Not like I'm gonna hit. I can't roll above a 10.
You can do it! I believe in you!
13 to hit?
13 hits.
Holy crap. Nine damage.
Nice.
Okay. So you draw your sword in a very smooth motion, and you lash out and you cut across the leather that he has. And at first, you kind of think that you almost missed, and then you start to see the red run from the slice in his armor, and he nearly drops his scimitar, and he kind of clutches both hands across his stomach and kind of looks at you like, the fuck? Anything else?
Erik will kind of flick the blade down to his side so that the blood kind of splatters off of it. And he'll kind of look over his shoulder and shout, "One is down, more going down. In this, walk away. There's no need for anyone else to die." That's it.
Okay. None of them seem moved by your riveting speech.
He's got a traffic artist.
The bowman who had his stuff broken and that you've kind of just chunked into, Moon, he's gonna take another swing at you. That is a plus... hang on, that's a scout, so plus 4 to hit. 15 does hit, right?
Yes.
Okay. Really? It's 3 damage.
Okay.
So
she hits us a little.
Yeah. So, seeing, you just dodged the other guy's attack, but seeing a slight opening, he whips his sword around and kind of nicks you, and, now seeing that you are able to be hit, he seems he looks a little better, but not a whole lot, especially since you just put 2 holes in his guts. So, he has nothing. Guy off the side goes after Jarrus. Actually, he can't get to Jarrus. Haha, sucker. Actually, no, he can get it right up in Jarrus' face. So he spends his whole turn just charging Jarrus. Jarrus is ready for him. And he is. Please don't fuck up, sweetie. Nope.
Sweet talk your NPCs.
Yeah, I like Jarrus. the guy comes at Jairus and he kind of whips his longsword around and misses the first time. Hits the second time though. I need to double check something with Jairus because he is fun. I gotta double check his extra things. Hang on. No, not that one. Give me 1 second. Make a check. Nope. He can do this. Oh. So, as Jairus misses the first swing, he gives kind of almost a battle shout and swings down and connects with his longsword. And it's probably gonna kill this dude because I can't find my D8 again. 7. Oh shit. Okay. So Jairus swings down with this yell, and the sword cuts squarely into the guy's side through his leather armor, and you see it just stop through his midsection, as you can kind of guess that it is now it is caught on the guy's spine. And the guy starts to gurgle and just starts to fall to one knee and starts to mutter something. But it's low and it's not a language... No, it's not a language any of you understand. I already double-checked that.
Are you sure?
It is, because listen, he wasn't speaking Infernal. Go away.
I speak Infernal.
I know you speak Infernal, that's why I was saying you don't understand it.
I also speak Dwarvish and Draconic.
Yeah, that's not what he's saying, so ha.
Okay.
He does speak Dwarvish. That's awesome.
Yeah. But he slumps and falls off of Jairus' sword. And now kind of fueled by, that he's down 2 of these people, Jairus turns his sights to the caster and just grins at him. Spending his turn to just get to his face. Jairus is done. Moon, it is yours.
Okay, Mr. Pokeboy. With the fucking... Yeah, you. Yeah, alright, let's see what we can do. Yeah, 12's not gonna hit.
12
Is it?
just hits.
Okay, bad boy. 6 piercing.
You just got hit by him, now you're pissed. You kind of take a step back, and with your rapier drawn, you jam it forward. You were kind of aiming low, but it goes a little high and goes right between his ribcage, straight through his heart, and kind of his eyes get wide as he looks down at you, and you just see the color start to fade from his face, and he just kind of falls off to the side.
She's got this wicked, evil grin on her face, just snarling sneer. And she's gonna. Can she take her dagger and give the other one a poke?
Oh yeah.
Nope.
No. Definitely not. You go to you backswing with the dagger, but the weight that's on your rapier kind of pulls you off to the side, off balance, and your dagger misses.
That is quite alright.
It is the mage's turn. Let me double check his spells again. Sorry. Oh, why am I gonna do this to Jairus? I like Jairus, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Now with Jairus in his face, the robed man goes and you see him he almost grabs the air and pulls it in front of him, and then points his hands, palms forward, at Jairus, and there is a burst of flame, point blank. What is, hang on, double checking. Oh, you don't have a modifier, fuck you. Oh, no. Okay. So, even though Jairus has his shield up, ready to take a hit, the flames just sear right into the shield and across him, and you can hear him cry out in this essentially miniature ball of flame. And as it dissipates, you can see some of his hair is singed, and part of his face and his arms, and the mage looks very pleased with himself. I need to roll for damage, though. Oh no, why did I do this to him? I feel bad now. No, why did I do this? Why did I do this to Jairus? Oof, okay. Okay. Yeah. It is... Oh, he's dead. Hang on, sorry. Bleh. It is... Other dude. The hit that you delivered to him, Erik, kind of seems to stagger him. And then you see this rush almost fill him. And giving almost this very guttural, deep growl. The bleeding starts to slow down. And he chuckles at you. Swinging his scimitar. That is not gonna hit with a freaking 13.
That just hits, actually.
Oh, it does! Oh, because you're not dual wielding! I forgot. I'm like, I swear you had a higher AC.
Only if I have 2 swords.
Only have 2 swords, I keep forgetting. What is this? This is a D6. That is 6 damage.
Okay.
So he swings and kind of renewed by this vigor that he's just, he's summoned upon. He draws his sword across and swings and connects with you. Just, you've taken probably worse hits, but this kind of hurts.
Definitely taking worse hits.
Yeah. But it is your turn.
Finish him, Erik-san!
And Erik will retaliate with a swing, I guess.
Okay.
Natural 20!
Oh,
Yes!
listen.
Yes!
The motherfucker's got 2 HP.
I don't care!
Doesn't matter.
Natural 20!
It doesn't matter. No. I'm just saying, it doesn't matter what you roll, he is fucked. So go ahead and roll damage.
It's 9 damage again, but
Okay.
Erik will, as he drew his sword out, with his left hand on his left hip, he turned it around so it's facing normal. But on the recoil of that hit, he, flips his grip so it's facing backwards, and he just slashes out and just right through his throat.
Clean cut. It's almost, horror movie style, where you hear it, just, and then he's just, and just blood starts pouring and pouring, and he just collapses.
Erik, in the same, spinning motion, is, now facing the mage, and, rights his blade, flicks it again, and just kind of starts walking forward.
Okay. You're dead, so that doesn't count. You're dead, so that doesn't count. It is Jairus' turn. Oh my god, where did his sheet go? There it is. Okay, so that goes down to 3. Oh, why didn't I give you a better con modifier? Motherfuck. Jairus drops his shield, and he's pissed. He seemed very cool and chill, but as the battle's gone on, he's grown angrier. And now that he's burnt and hurt and angry as hell, he grabs his sword with both hands and brings it down overhead. Holy fuck. Okay. That holy fuck was a 20.
Natural 20?
Natural 20.
Okay.
Oh, it's a D10 because it's two-handed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much. Doubled. When Jairus brought his sword down before and it hit the guy's clavicle, right in the neck into the clavicle and stopped and the guy died, the anger behind this hit with Jairus, he brings it down and you hear the snap of his collarbone and several more ribs as Jairus just drives it through. And then just with a kicks him off the sword. And the mage falls. Hey, that's the end of combat.
So, can I say that as Erik is walking up, he sees this happen, and just kind of turns and, flips his sword, sheaths it again, and goes to the horse, and kind of, tries to calm it down, because I'm sure the fighting probably riled it up a little bit.
No, the horse is just like, fuck this shit, I don't care.
Okay, I like it to try and grab the reins and lead it on, then.
Hang on, I gotta... What weather did I put? Did I put tavern? Yeah, I think I put tavern for this one. So, battle's now done. Sheris takes a deep breath. Kind of looks back over to you two. Starts walking over.
Kelly's glaring at him, just
And
growling.
He comes over and he goes, I apologize. I can't even speak. I apologize for the mess. It was... None of this was supposed to happen. And I apologize for getting you involved.
Any more?
2. But
2 more.
they are in the main building watching some of the town folk who are held hostage. You both have long-range weapons, right? You both have a bow of some sort.
I have a bow. Yeah.
Hand crossbow, I think.
Yeah. Seeing these two, seeing that you both have range, they're expecting the delivery that you have. I can draw them out, and you two could take them out.
Refused.
I'm sorry?
I refuse. To
You
who
seem-
is the delivery supposed to go to intentionally?
He kind of seems to get frustrated. It's 2 parts. There's 2 items. There's 2 things in the delivery. There's stuff for the townsfolk, and there's something for me. Something that's very important. They're here for the item I need.
You said there's 2 more people?
Yes.
Where are they?
In the main building. I gotta zoom out. Meh. Oh no, come and scroll. You can see past the building that the mage and the bandit essentially came out of. There's a even taller red building in the back. They've got probably about 12 or so people back there. Wives and children, some of the older people who don't work in the mines. Let me bring them out. Let me draw them out.
Wait. Let me get closer.
That's
And-
what I...
Let me get closer. They might only be expecting one person to do the delivery. He'll draw their attention.
They're
I'd like to
expecting
be on
me
scene.
to bring it. That's why they had me up here.
Well, then you failed at your job. Hide in the bushes. We killed you. Just like the rest of the bodies lying here.
That's a good plan. Erik-san, you make the delivery. I'll go set up.
Jairus looks between the 2 of you. It makes no sense for you two to deliver it. They're expecting me, since I am the one who knows what's in the cart. The
I
others
told you, play dead. Eric's usually really jovial face is really dark right now. Like he's got this really just emotionless look in his eye.
being told to play dead. Jairus' eyes narrow. I'm not sure what games you are playing, boy. But this is a bit bigger than you.
I'm no boy. And unless you want to be actually dead, play dead.
Turns to you, Moon. Tell me the story of the white wolf that stands over the Red River.
She kind of stops. And she turns. And she looks at him. Let me remember the...
Sorry.
Let me remember the new phrase. Give me 1 sec. Searching.
You'd be meta. You'd be giving him the first response, not the second.
Okay, the original.
Yes.
Just like, that is a tale that would bore even demons.
Seeing that, he leans towards you. Does this man speak for you? Or do you not serve for a greater good?
Erik-san, let him take it.
Refused. Enough blood has been shed.
And more will be shed if you don't let me do this.
You're right, and it might include yours.
This man is kin.
In the nicest way possible, Delcia-san. That means nothing to me.
Clearly.
There are 2 people left. 1 man visible with a cart. 6 dead bodies.
If
Do
they
you really think 2 men will stay and fight in those odds? Let me go. They will run. You can figure it out from there. I've completed my job. And I'll be on my way.
He is one of the ones we were to deliver to. Let us deliver it to him and let us rescue the hostages, please.
How do you know he's one of the ones we are to deliver to?
As I said, he is kin.
Your little friend seems to trust me enough. And there are plenty more who trust me.
And I care little for
He
any
is
of their opinions.
He is a member of my extended family. I did not recognize him at first. She kind of crunches up her nose a little.
I'm no fool. It has something to do with the saying, he said.
Well, he's not as stupid as he looks, though.
This is true.
And I care little.
Clearly.
You...
This is
All
your
right.
job too, Delcia-san.
This is my
He
job.
is one of the ones we are to deliver to. He can
Yes.
have the cart, and I will be on my way.
Then you maybe be free to be on your way, but I will be staying to finish this. I will not let others remain held captive and possibly harmed.
And I offered you a solution with no bloodshed. No more bloodshed.
The only
You
solution
refuse to
is
take-
blood.
That is never the only solution.
Oh, enough! Who are these people? What are they doing here? What do they want? Explain.
He shakes his head a bit. They came probably about an hour ago. The men are the miners are still in the mines. Those who are left are ones who don't work there. They seem to have known what was in the cart, but they do not seem to be. They seem to be hired help more than actually part of the problem.
And what is your business in all of this?
I'm here for the relic.
You are here for the relic. You were here to get a relic delivered to you?
Yes, the one that you clearly have. Otherwise, there would have been no reason for them to have tacked.
You say clearly, like you've looked in the cart. It might be the wrong cart. Just pointing it out there.
At this point,
You know,
Jarrah starts moving towards the cart. Wrong cart, he says.
Erik will rest a hand on his sword, and if he gets within
All right,
10
all
feet,
right.
he will draw his blade.
both of you stop. We need answers.
If your
Perhaps
friend...
capture. Keep one alive. Yes? One dead, one alive? Maybe both alive? Get answers?
If your friend would like to turn his head to the underside of his seat, you will take notice of a marking.
Erik doesn't move.
Delia'll go over and check it.
Looking underneath the seat, sure enough, there is a marking. You recognize it. It's kind of like in a chalk, whatchamacallit. You recognize it as a marking that thieves would use, specifically ones you are familiar with, and it's to mark, that yes, this is what you're probably looking for.
This is the correct cart, yes.
If he knows that, then this card is for him. I will admit that. However, if delivering it to him is a job, I'll deliver it to him and be on my way.
Then go. Go! Deliver the cart, and go. I'm staying here. I'm gonna find out what's going on.
You shed more blood. You have a good day. I bid thee well. He hands the reins over, puts his arms back in his sleeve, turns and starts walking.
Deli turns around and hisses at him. Well, blood will surely be spilled now.
Seeing Erik walk off, Jairus will go and take the cart and kind of stand there and think for a minute. I'm going to show you a place to set up. I'll draw them out. And he quickly runs over to one of the guys who originally shot him, the one whose longbow is still intact. Picks it up, grabs a couple of arrows. I'll call out for them. When they appear, do what you must.
I will attempt to capture one to find out what exactly is going on, but no promises.
Jairus leads the cart. Can I do this? Hang on. Let's see if the cart and horse stay together.
If they were made together, they should.
Well, I group them together, but every so often I'll move the cart and the horse is like, meh, I'm here.
The horse is very stubborn.
Yeah, that is a lazy horse. Oh, it moved!
Yeah, well, I moved it. Jairus pulls the cart about there. And he'll lead you... he'll lead you to the side of the building and point to the other house. I'll call out. I'll take a shot. You take a shot. If you happen to not kill one in one hit, even better.
I will do my best.
Jairus kind of rolls his shoulder at the one that got hit before and curses. In Elvish, too. Which is, he doesn't look like a type of scholared man.
Deli will toss him. He got hit pretty hard, didn't he?
But he seemed to have, recovered a good bit.
Okay.
Second win, bitches!
Woo!
Yeah. He kind of got chunked on that burning hands. Clearing his throat, calls out, "The delivery is here! Come get it already!" Oops, stupid thing. Takes a moment, and you see rogues. Yeah, come here, you. Go right here, please. Oh god, not right there, right there. And another one. Yeah, right there. Two guys, similarly dressed by the other ones, start to walk out. And they see the cart, but they don't see anyone else. And they kind of start slowly walking forward together.
Alright. Deli's gonna wait for a clear shot. Actually, she's got a short bow, so she can use that.
Seeing them walk... Actually, I gotta double check his... Nope, he's fine. Seeing them walk, Jairus quickly runs to the other side of the house. As the other two start walking. And walking.
That should be a clear shot, I think.
Okay, if you want to take that shot, go for it. You do have advantage because you are unknown and unseen.
Yeah, that's a clear shot to the one nearest me.
That hits. Okay,
She's kind of trying to aim for a leg.
oh yeah, so you hit the guy who's technically closer to you. He immediately falls. It goes straight through his thigh. Kind of clips his other, like, hits his other thigh too, and he falls to his knee, calling out. And he's like, what? Jairus quickly moves up forward. Where is his freaking range stats? Who the hell is messaging me? Oh, hi. I get so angry sometimes when I see messages on Discord. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, wow. Okay, well, that's, not good for this dude. What is a... I said it was a longbow, right? Longbow is... 1d8, I think, maybe?
D8, yeah.
Okay, thank you. I was like, I think longbow is 8. Well, which one call it? It's a 6. Where the hell? I had an 8. I keep losing it. There it is. No, fuck.
I'm gonna glue that thing to your desk.
I had like, you please don't, because then I can't roll it.
Yeah, but at least you'll have it.
Yeah, I know, right? Jairus, like, comes around the corner, lets an arrow fly, and it sinks right through the guy's neck, through and through, out, in and out. It gurgles and just drops there. The other guy starts calling. He's like, help! More! He doesn't seem to know what the fuck he's doing. But he's essentially down because you've kind of, not stapled, but you kind of just locked his thighs together with an arrow. Jairus takes aim for the other one, but doesn't fire.
Okay, so Delia's gonna kind of run up and drop your sword.
He looks at you and he's like, oh. And he lets it, he kind of like half flicks it towards you, but doesn't even come close to hitting you. And he's just, and he puts his hands up. Jairus walks forward with the bow still drawn on him.
Okay, Deli is going to tie his hands.
Okay, oh my goodness, give me a sleight of hand on that. Okay, yeah. Actually, let me double check. Never mind, that went to the abyss. Never mind, he's fucked. That was the one. Yeah, he got him.
Okay.
He was thinking about struggling. That didn't work. So, you tie him up. Jairus, seeing that he's bound and wounded, kind of relaxes the bow, walks up. Well, I had just expected to get rid of them. Thank you.
I've got a pet!
And the guy, like, looks, the bandit looks at you and looks at Jairus. He's like, what are you even... What?
Speak, boy! Speak! Who do you work for?
He kind of just furrows his brows at you and just doesn't say anything.
She kicks him in the shins.
It was, listen, we just were told to look for the red cart and, bring the box that's inside.
By who? Where?
I don't make the plans, I just follow them.
She kicks him in the shins again. Where were you supposed to bring it?
What? Oh!
Speak, boy! Speak!
Just stop kicking me!
Sorry, aren't answering!
I'm trying! We're supposed to bring it up to Riversmeet first, and then head further north.
Good boy! Alright. I'm gonna gag him. We should release the townspeople.
Jarrus nods and kind of comes out of his thinking pattern. We should, puts the bow into his sheath, because he kind of dropped the sword off to the side before. Goes into the building. You know, you hear commotion, hear not cheers, but sounds of, thank the gods, so that's always good, and a good number of people start filing out, and it's a variety. It's men and women, but some of the men seem to be either younger or just too old to be working in the mines. There are a couple of kids, and Jarrus is like, settling them down, and, talking amongst all of them. One of the kids kind of walks over and kind of like sees the dead body, but also sees you with this other guy, and just looks really angry. Jarrus, having talked to the people, and kind of calms them all down. Okay, well, everyone's fine. No one's hurt.
Okay.
I need to get the carts unpacked for them and take my own prize, essentially.
You mind if I take the horse?
You can take the cart back completely. It won't take us long to unpack.
Okay.
They leave
that'll work too.
they take the cart to one of the side rooms, unpack it, and under all these sacks and boxes, there's a small, deep, dark blue box. It's probably about like 6 inches on each side. And Jarrus, who had been inside the cart, filing out the items, picks it up and kind of sighs and holds it to his chest. Doesn't even open it. And, he takes it and he hops out and he holds it up to you. I have to say, thank you for this.
You can return the favor by telling me about it when, soon. I should be, getting this guy back to, Lockmoor. She kind of kicks, the guy she has tied up again.
He gives a nod.
And tell me about that wolf, huh?
Oh, I'm pretty sure you already know of him.
I'm certain, but I want to hear your tale.
He grabs the guy by like the back of the collar and kind of just throws him into the back of the cart.
Delia is going to double check his bonds.
Mm-hmm. Everyone do another sleight of hand with advantage, because he's fucked up already. He's just kind of resigned to his fate anyway. Oh yeah. So he's heavily secured.
Anyone got a couple of turkey legs?
You hear some of the townsfolk kind of mutter in like one of the women's like, no, but I can provide you with something, and she kind of skitters off to one of the houses.
Thank you.
One of the older men comes over, and he's got a bit of a hump to his back, but he still kind of stands tall, and he goes, I really appreciate the work you've done for us. Thank you for the rescue. I would hate to impose any further, but would you be willing to transport one of our people back to Lockmoor?
Sure. Tell them to hop in. They can kick the guy once in a while, but just leave him alive, would you?
Give me 1 sec.
He might make a good cushion.
The old man nods and walks off to one of the buildings, and it's a it's weird. For all the dirt and grime that's on the buildings, this one's kind of cleaner. And he walks a younger gentleman who he's got bandages wrapped around his eyes and his head. And he helps the guy up into the cart. And he goes, in all my years, I don't really know what to do with him. He claims he has a headache, as if something's trying to escape his head. But it's something I cannot seem to treat. If you could bring him to the medical office in Lockmoor, and he, out of his side jacket, he kind of pulls out some papers. These are on my notes for him. Just make sure there's no craziness about all this.
Kind of looks at the old man, looks at the papers, looking a little skeptical, but gives a nod. As long as he's, nothing's gonna burst out of his skull and try to eat him.
No. Doesn't, and he kind of leans in. I think, truth be told, I think he's trying to get away from his wife for a bit.
I see.
If a headache that bad, if he's willing to fake a headache that badly, then maybe a day away won't be too bad.
Maybe Emin can help him too. He seems to be a pretty good herbalist from, what I've heard anyway. So, he has options in the city.
So I gotta ask a meta question real quick. How old was that guy?
Jarrus looks like he's in his late 30s, early 40s. He's seen shit.
Barely older than me.
Yeah, but he looks older. Yeah, taking a note of time.
I don't care who's seen more shit.
So, old man, leaves you with the patient and the bound guy. Jarrus, looking over at you. To keep it short, since I do have to go myself, the White Wolf, I owe a lot to. And he turns his head, and you hadn't really noticed because he's got stubble, but along his jaw, almost like perfectly with his jawline, there's a scar. He goes, he's taught me a few things.
I see. What was your name?
It is Jarrus.
I'm Deli.
I don't think it is, but I know how the White Wolf works. But, Deli, that will be for another time.
For sure. It was a pleasure meeting you. I am sorry about my companion earlier.
He raises his free hand, and he opens up a side pouch. Not a side pouch, he opens up a hip bag, and the box barely fits the mouth of this bag. But when he closes it, the bag doesn't look any heavier or bigger.
Yeah.
And he goes...
That's a shiny.
It is a shiny, I like it. Jarrus kind of, pats his hip, and he shrugs. Well, we can only... It's something I've learned, we can only take care of ourselves sometimes. But, I do hope you have better interactions in the future.
You as well. Stay safe.
Thank you. He kind of gives a quick goodbye to some of the people, and you can kind of see some of the miners have started to finally come in from the mines, and the people are, interacting, and they're explaining what it is, and some of the younger men have started to clean up the essentially the mess left behind, and Jarrus takes off in a direction you're not quite sure of, but he's definitely going somewhere. He's heading north as far as you can tell. And you are free to leave with the cart. Oh, the woman from before.
I would like...
Huh?
Huh?
I would like to say, just not really meta, but I would take point that after all of that conversation, loading carts, blah blah blah, it's probably getting dark right about now, right?
It is. It's probably about 6. The sun's still... You still have a few hours of light, because it is more of a spring-summer time. But, what do you call it? The lady from before comes back. She's got a small, like, cloth wrap. She goes, it's not much, but you know, a couple of snacks. And you can smell like there's bread and there's some dried meats inside of it.
Thank you very much. We will be on our way. And she grabs the reins of the horse and
give me an animal handling just for the hell of it.
Oh boy.
I just want to see
that one.
Yeah, it doesn't move.
The horse just, the horse is, and Jarrus, hearing the horse not, he's like, grabs the horse, turns it around on a big Yui, and kind of just, what is his animal handling?
Sexual.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got enough. The horse kind of gets the idea that, oh, okay, it's time to finally fucking go. And you start your way back southwest towards Lockmoor.
Yep, she's going to kind of hop onto the saddle again and kind of steer it that way. And if the horse starts to slow down, she's going to try and keep it at a trot to start. Mm-hmm. Just in case she winds up being able to catch up to
Erik.
Erik, yeah.
Okay. It's been a little bit since Erik left, and so what is Erik doing along this road?
At first, he's just walking, arms at his side. After 15-ish minutes, and he's had time to breathe, he'll kind of inhale as he's walking and kind of regain his composure and his lackadaisical expression, demeanor. Rest his arm on his sword, reach into his bag, pull out a gourd, canteen, take a swig out of it, seal it, put it back in his bag, and arms in his sleeve, jovial, just keep walking towards Lockmoor.
Okay. Since you encouraged the horse to go a little bit faster, and thanks to Jarrus' also urging, the sun is just about hitting the mountains far, far north. You can see them. It's just starting to get just about twilight. There is a lamp on the cart that you can light up, but you don't need it at the moment. You're pretty much fine. It doesn't take you long.
Dark vision.
That too. It doesn't take you long. Kitty, no dice. I left my door open. I was dumb. Erik, you hear trotting, and you hear the wheels on the road. In Moon, it's not hard to spot this extravagantly dressed man walking on the road.
I won't say that he's extravagant.
He stands out like a fucking sore thumb.
He's wearing something different from everybody else. Does that mean extravagant?
It's extravagant.
You only see 100 of them in the city every minute, I mean, nobody else,
Oops, and dropped the die. Yeah, so Moon, you roll up, and you can see that it is Erik. He's very identifiable.
So.
What do you two do?
Hey! Kind of slows the horse a little bit.
Erik will look over his shoulder.
She will.
Does see his son?
She will toss him the snack that she acquired. Heading back to town. Want a lift?
I will take my walk. And he tosses the snack back. I have rations. I'll be fine.
Are you sure? We already got company in the cart. What's one more?
I'll allow you to keep your company and be on the way.
She kind kind of slows the horse even further to a walk to match his pace. It is a long walk.
And it seems to be a beautiful evening ahead.
It does. But would you like some music along the way?
If you are so inclined.
Well, then get your ass up here.
I'm walking.
Eye roll, sigh. Well, you seem to handle this horse a lot better than I do.
Not entirely sure I did. Horse went nowhere when I tried to goad it along.
Well, you drove it all the way there.
This is true.
Psst. Check who's in the back.
I imagine there is at least one man in the back of the people that stayed in town.
Yep. Told you we wouldn't. Told you we didn't need to kill him.
I
Well,
didn't die.
one died. Wasn't sure whether Jarrus was really trying, but you know, was a good shot. But this guy is at least going to go see Justice, and hopefully we can get some more answers out of him. Oh, and this gentleman right here is going to see the medics. So he's apparently got a really bad headache. Maybe I shouldn't sing.
I assure you, justice has very little to do with my distaste.
Alrighty then, well. Would you mind if I rode with you? You know, or along beside you?
If you are so inclined. Again, you can make better time if you went on ahead.
I could. But you seem to be even more of a stranger in these lands than I myself. So, and there do seem to be some bandits about. Fancy that. Travel in numbers, I think.
As you wish.
Okay. So yeah, she's just gonna match his pace, and she's actually probably not gonna sing out of deference for the person in the person with the headache.
And unless spoken to, Erik will remain somewhat quiet, just walking down the road and every now and then looking up at the sky as it gets darker to watch the stars.
Deli still has not lit the lantern, and seems to be traveling quite well. But welcome back. But she will ask questions about Erik and his homeland and what it was like, you know, and growing up and that sort of stuff.
You asked this question specifically, otherwise I don't know what to say.
I guess, you know.
The information exchange can be later on when you want to sort it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But otherwise, besides Deli's chattering and the occasional groan in the back, it's a very boring, quiet, about 3.5 hour walk or ride. As you cross over the river, and like I said, the lands are flat, so you can see Lockmoor in the distance, and you see lights coming up as the darkness starts to fall. It's uneventful. You know, your chatter back and forth kind of keeps it going. Makes it a little bit less boring. As boring as it can get. So you make it back to Lockmoor at night. As you start to get closer to the gatehouse that you exited, you can see that there's a couple more guards at the gate waiting. The city is quieter. You know, there's not a lot of traffic that you can see. Definitely not a lot of traffic going in and out. As you approach, Brune is still on guard. He's got his helmet underneath his arm, and as he sees the cart roll in, and Erik walking behind, oh, you return.
Hi, Lieutenant Brune.
Gives a small smile. Did everything go well?
Sort of. We did have to handle a bandit problem, but here's the only one left for now. Well, there are more, but we're not sure where exactly. I think they're to the north. You can get more information of this idiot. She kind of points to the guy tied up in the back.
Brune walks around, and two of the other guards that you didn't really quite see because they were on like the other side, kind of come up behind him, and they look in. They see the guy who's tied up, and they see the guy who's bandaged up. And what about him?
Old guy in the town. I guess the medic said that this guy was beyond his help and should go to take this guy to the medical ward. So, gonna take him there, and I'm gonna bring him up to Emin as well, because or at least the info, because maybe Emin can help.
Gives a slight nod.
He's got some sort of headache.
And then kind of stops at the headache comment. We can have the guards escort them. Was there anything else that needed to be passed to us besides this gentleman? And as he says it, one of the other guards grabs the guy by his thigh, and you just hear, because you've gagged him. And, they pull him out, and they get proper manacles onto him and undo the rope.
Oh, be careful. I might have shish kebabbed his legs and, bruised his shins a little.
The two guards who have him, they carry him off towards what looks like a very official-looking building. You can guess it's probably one of the guard barracks. Brune motions for one of the other guards to come up, and that guard starts helping the guy out of the back of the cart. We'll have the men take each of them to their appropriate spots. You've had a long day, I can presume. And one of the stable hands, who looks a little bit older, comes up and starts gathering up the horse and cart. But Brune goes, I would say go check in with Nim and enjoy the rest of your night.
Okay, I do have one question, and she kind of turns to the stable hand. This horse. Is he always a lazy asshole?
He looks like a bit like a mid-aged teenager. Kind of chuckles.
Like,
the Zalman is, yes, he's a bit of an asshole.
I see. That explains it. Well, he was very good and just stood there. Maybe he fell asleep while we were in combat with the bandits, so I guess that's kind of a good thing, but he just did not want to move.
Oh, he's mostly deaf.
That would explain it. More claws next turn. Got it! Okay! Thank you very much.
Takes the horse and cart back to the same area that you originally retrieved it from. The one guard with the gentleman who's bandaged up leads him down. And like I said, the other two guards haul the bandit off to one of the essentially guard barracks. Brune stands there. Well, I would say your night is done, so go enjoy it.
Thank you. Have a pleasant night, Lieutenant Brune. Well, Erikson, are we going to go report into the Lady Nim?
I have the feeling Nim-san would appreciate us reporting in before doing anything else, so probably for the best.
Good. And then after, I am going to get dinner and a good night's sleep.
So I guess we're going to go report Nim.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you cut your way, and you quickly ask Brune what's the quickest way to get to the Adventurers Guild, and he tells you to cut through the plaza and cut through the northern side of the Faith District. And you get over there no problem. And things are much quieter. You can see that some of the side rooms that were people having meetings, instead that they're eating. Some of the bunk rooms are starting to be filled. You can hear, chattering here and there. Nim doesn't have her waves of assistance? Yeah, there you go. Shuffling papers in front of him. There's only like one, and she's standing by. Seeing you two walk in, she raises her head. Oh, well, you've made great time, I would say.
Could have spent the night there, but somebody was in a rush to get back. She kind of glares at Erik.
No one made you follow me.
I presume everything was delivered to the appropriate persons?
Indeed.
We weren't very specific on who to deliver to for future reference.
She kind of eyes you. Well, when the contract comes in and I'm only given so much information, I can only give so much information.
I understand that. But maybe something next time could have accidentally been handed off to a bandit.
Well, doesn't seem to be the case, and it seemed to, if everything has gone well, then I would presume that everything is settled.
Yes, we delivered the goods. We slew a few bandits. We brought one back for the zoo.
You
and
brought one back?
Had some questions.
Fair enough. She kind of seems
answered.
surprised.
Look, the zoo at the jails gets a little boring after a while. Sometimes they need to bring in new animals.
She kind of looks at you. Looks over at Erik. Looks back at you. Anyway.
Moon is completely straight-faced.
If you have your bill...
Erik will produce the bill and hand it to her.
She takes it, scribbles something on it, puts a new seal on it, hands it off to the assistant that was standing next to her, starts fishing around in one of her pockets, and pulls out 2 sacks, equal size, places them about a foot apart on her desk. Your day's pay. Once I receive word, I'm sure something more may come in. If you are not scared off by the land and by the people, I have a bit of a job in a couple of days if you report back in the morning.
That sounds great. Definitely not scared.
Do one more job before moving on.
Guard
we
duty.
made lots of new friends.
I would hope guard duty isn't below either of you.
Is that a short joke?
Seems less troublesome than this was. And Erik will collect his pouch and give us a bow and turn to walk away.
I'm looking at you, Moon. No, that wasn't... No, it wasn't a short joke.
Oh, because that would have been a great short joke.
With Erik starting to leave and kind of, not facing her, she kind of definitely relaxes. It's definitely more of the personality you first saw when you came off the boat. Well, I do apologize for whatever may have happened. Your friend doesn't seem too happy.
There was death, and I think he is very against killing people. And yeah.
Sometimes it is inevitable. It is inevitable for all of us.
It is very true.
She kind of pats one of her side pockets again and pulls out even like a tiny little bag, and she kind of places it. Go She thinks for a minute. Don't have a room cleared out for you here yet. We're still getting through everyone. Tell Miss to take care of you, to go set you up in the room. And I'll see you in the morning.
Okay, thank you very much, Nim. It's been a pleasure working with you.
And she gives a nod and sits back in her chair.
And, Deli will smile and wave and head out.
Okay. Since it is nighttime, dinner is done, but as you... I don't know, where are you guys heading?
Erik was heading towards the left-handed knight.
Okay.
Deli.
Okay. And you're not too far behind Erik, you know. That's the cat again. Not you, cat. My cat.
Right.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Let's run about like idiots.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. As you make your way towards the main market, you can see that pretty much everything's kind of shut down. Looking over, you can see that Emmons' store, the fronts are shuttered. The curtains are closed, the door's closed, there's no lights on the inside. You pass by Midnight's Eye. There's a soft light in the front room. And as you get a little bit closer, and you hear this ruckus going on from the, I almost said the 1-2, from the left-handed knights. The door is open. People are kind of going in and out. Definitely seems to be a typical night for the inn.
How much money did I just get, by the way?
Each of you got 30. And you got an additional 5 moon.
Okay, thanks. Papa takes good care of her.
When Erik walks in, he's going to try and find a seat at the bar near Ilma-san and try to get her attention if she has a moment.
It's definitely busy. Like, it's... for how late it is and kind of, you know, what you would typically expect, it is pretty packed. It takes you a couple of minutes to wait, and you see, you know, a chair open up, and quickly moving through the crowd, you sit down and at the bar. Ilmus is there, seeming to be deliberating with somebody towards the far end of the bar. Very serious, but very quiet. Keeps her, you know, keeps her head down. Excuse me, as she's talking. But, you know, stands up straight, taps the counter, gives a scan and sees that you're back. Kind of seems to look past you for a moment, and then walks down to you.
Good evening, Emma-san.
You, you made it back tonight.
It was not my original plan, but how things turned out.
You sound like you need a drink.
I'm really wondering if I can petition you for some of that reserve. The offer to share it in your private is still open, of course.
She looks about the room. Looks at you. Asks me tomorrow night.
If I'm alive and breathing, I shall.
I do hope so. But for now, what can I get for you?
I guess I'll just take a mead.
She goes and pours one amongst, like, she grabs like 5 tankards all at once and just kind of like circles them around in front of the keg. Kind of slides a couple of places, one in front. Moon, whereabout are you?
She'd probably be coming in about now, and
Okay.
looking for Ilmis, and heading over to say hi and thanks.
Yeah, I mean, she stands above most people, but then again, you're short, so it's
She's
kind of
short,
hard.
so she may need to, jump on a table, or she might climb up on somebody's back for a second to get a look around.
Truth be told, that's probably at least climbing on the table, because you're pretty sure you probably saw a dwarf on the other side of the tavern, standing on the table dancing to music that doesn't exist right now. So standing on the table is not a problem. You see her in front of Erik, chatting with him.
Okay, you know what? She's just gonna let Erik do his thing. And, there are other people serving, right?
Yeah.
So she's gonna wave someone down, get a mead, or an ale or whatever, and get a little something to eat, and she'll slip them, some coin and say, give them to Ilmis and her friend too.
The young elf gives a quick nod and, delivers all your food and drink. And you see him at some point, makes his way over to Ilmis, hands over the coins and make a motion towards you before disappearing back into the crowd. Ilmis takes the coin, looks over, sees you, gives you a big grin, big enough that you can really see her tusks, before giving you a nod and then turning back to Erik.
Okay. And then after she eats, she's actually going to go out of the tavern.
Okay. It's quickly back to Erik. Are you just flirting with Ilmis the whole night?
I wouldn't say I was flirting. That's rude. No, pretty much just talking with her for the evening till it's pretty late in the night, and then I'll retire to a room to sleep and just casual conversation.
How late do you stay? Like
Probably
last call?
Probably pretty close. Maybe around. I guess I don't know what would that be.
Last call is about probably asking. Last call would be about 2 a.m.
Yeah, that's about what I was thinking. I was thinking like 1 or 2.
Okay. I say 2 because all the bars I go to is 2 o'clock is cut off. 2 o'clock is turn on the lights to get the hell out. There are my notes for this. So few, at the. Actually, I want to end with that on yours. Moon, what do you end up doing?
She is going to find a kind of an alcove in a rooftop and nestle up and sleep there.
Okay, that's not too hard to find. You end up climbing onto one of the barracks' buildings. You settle in and kind of gives you a good view of the docks and lets you kind of people watch a little bit, and it's a clear sky for the most part. There's a couple of clouds, but from what you can see, you're pretty much okay. And you fall asleep there. Erik, with the last few patrons remaining, those that do remain slowly make their ways up to their rooms or leave at the front door, Ilmis ushering them so she can clean tables along with the rest of her staff. And a few of the staff remaining go and deliver dishes and, whatnot before heading out themselves, stopping with Ilmis to collect their nightly pay as far as you can guess. One of the last patrons you notice, one of the last patrons. Once the last patrons are gone, Ilmis goes back to the kitchen and she knocks on the wood again with her left hand. And again, it sounds like metal on wood instead of bone on wood. And she makes very intricate hand motions to somebody in the back and, seems to wait, gives a nod. And at this point, it's pretty much you, Ilmus, the last, one of the last wait staff, and some old drunk or dwarf in the corner, who seems to probably be a permanent fixture. And out of the kitchen, you see a thin, dark-skinned elf kind of step out. White hair pulled back into this very thick, heavy braid, dressed in a very simple tunic with a high collar that kind of comes up, covering their mouth. Leggings and a full apron covering the front. And you see that there's also a kind of like this scarf hanging around their shoulders. As they come up front and they see Ilmus, they give Ilmus a few hand gestures back, and Ilmus chuckles and hands over the gold, or, the money for the night. And as they start to leave, they notice that you're there, and they kind of seem to get nervous and kind of straighten up their collar and pull their scarf over their head and quickly head out. Ilmus goes and grabs herself a drink and sits down next to you.
I'm not sure what to say, considering I haven't been able to have the entire conversation I would have had with her over the night.
You can guess back and forth what might have happened.
I was mostly asking, what was her life like? Where'd she come from? What'd she do before this?
Oh, she would have probably answered most of those in between, like serving.
What was her interest in drinks, and particularly the Eastern variety?
Okay, so start from the top. What would you first ask? Just kind of go down the line.
He would have said something like, tell me about yourself. How did you end up here?
She kind of chuckles and goes, well, I used to be a former gladiator. Kind of won my way out and ended up here thanks to another friend.
Why tavern? You have interest in drinks or food?
I can't do her voice right now. Hang on.
You're good.
She kind of shrugs. Well, I used to work here. And sometimes people don't want to be in the city anymore, so they leave behind stuff. I happen to be the one they left the tavern to.
He would have said something like, that's a lucky turn of events. What is the name to this place? Was that your doing? Was it already named that?
She laughs. No, that was me. And she makes a motion to the full armored tattoo on her left arm. When I took over some years ago, I renamed it because everyone knew me, and I wanted to leave a little bit of me behind.
It's a fine establishment. You've left quite a mark.
She kind of snorts. There were better places. But, don't tell anyone I said that.
The next question. Some basic small talk or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then you would have probably come across to what piqued your interest in Eastern drinks?
Kind of narrows her eyes. They are hard to get. They make good money to the right clients, and I like them.
I suppose here in the West that makes perfect sense. He'd ask, does she have any kind of knowledge about anything in the East? Hear any hearsays about it recently?
She kind of wrinkles her nose a bit. What I do know about... No... There we go. Towards the end, I'm just fucking everything up. What I do know about the East, I don't remember much. And she just kind of leaves it at that.
Okay. Probably mostly small talk from there forward.
Okay.
When she
Yeah.
when she sits down there, he'd be like, nothing like a drink at the end of the night with a good companion.
She kind of snorts and gives your tankard a hard clank before it starts downing hers. And she finishes quite quickly. Like, this is probably practiced. She kind of gives a nod. Well, I would stay, but I have to be up way early than most.
And I understand that completely. I'm long overdue for some sleep myself.
She waits till you finish your drink, and she takes your tankard and takes hers and leaves them on the counter and starts finish the last little bit of cleanup for the night.
And I guess Eric would wish her a good night and make his way to her room.
Okay. That would have been done through her. She would have, a couple of coin, provided the room, give you a key to it, direct you. It would be on the second floor. And you realize that, there's a lot of rooms. They're small, but there's a lot of rooms. It's probably a single bed with a little lantern, window view, out over the plaza. Simple, but effective.
Okay. When he gets there, there's no kind of desk, just the bed and a single lantern and stuff, right?
There'd probably be a little nightstand off to the side.
Eric could probably pull the nightstand and position the lantern so it's right there by the edge of the bed so he can sit by it and pull out this folded paper and do some writing before setting down his quill or whatever to let it dry, and he would set his swords right there by the head of his bed and go to bed from there.
Okay. You two both fall asleep at different times. You're cozy on top of this well-built building. Eric, you fall asleep. To the sound of you think is singing? Not quite sure. It's noises coming from somebody. And you have your orders in the morning. And I do believe that is it for this.
Whoa!
Woo! Oh boy. Holy shit. Okay. Fucking, that was a whole new sideball. Sideball I was not fucking prepared for. I completely forgot that Eric doesn't fucking do violence. Jairus losing is cool. That was fun.
That was fun.
I was honestly wondering if he actually wanted to fight. I'm like, I want to see how this goes.
You will have to find out another day, because Jairus is a man who is very bound by duty.
Eric's not dumb. He would see that he'd actually have to try a little bit here. So I was just like, I want to see how this goes.
Truth be told, I was really hoping you didn't fight him. So...
No boo-boos for GM species.
No, mainly because Jairus is a higher level. So, would not want him...
Level 5? I could possibly... Probably not tonight with the way I was rolling. But if I was at least level 5, I could probably take him out.
If you were level 5, maybe. But
only because that gives me my extra attack. Right now, I can probably hurt somebody. I know that I can take them down in a single turn.
Jairus is rude. I wasn't using all of his kit. And I followed him as if I was building a player, so it would have been a bit nasty. But Jairus is very duty-bound, very, I have to get the job done even if people don't agree with it. But that was fun. That is the end of Every Little Thing. I didn't get to explore why it's called Every Little Thing, but you guys will have to piece that together later.
I don't know that we really got enough info to piece it together.
Well, no, because shit went sideways. That's essentially what it was. So, yeah, it's something to explore later. So you got to see the new overworld map, which I'm very happy about.
Looks awesome.
I do have a text version that I will be putting in the Discord so you can see the labels. And the surprise or gift for everyone, that's all 6 of the players, you all level up.
Hey!
Yay!
So all of you will be level 4 for session 1.
Good to know. I think all 6 of us are actually here right now, like between Twitch
I
chat
think so. Maybe. I think either which way, everyone will find out that they're going to be level 4. Come session 1. Session 1 won't be for a couple of weeks. Because for me, earliest I'd be comfortable doing it maybe the 19th, but I want to see how I get through stuff this week. Because I have a lot of maps to make. But no later than the 26th, so.
Yep, all players are here.
Okay, cool. Let me shut down the Streamly, and this is going to be a bitch to edit.
It is.
Oh my god, the freaking. Anyway, I'll get to that later.
Welcome.
Yeah, so thank you,
Later.
as always. Thank you to you two for coming into this foray. It ran way longer than I expected because you two were amazing. And I appreciate that.
I don't know what you're talking about. That goes all towards Ree. And
Ree was Ree's the carry. You go
Nah.
I was going crap. I didn't contribute to anything.
Contributed to pissing Jairus off.
Yeah,
Like the man is chill. You pissed him off. But yeah, so
sugar off too.
yeah, so thank you for you two for this session. Thank you to my other players for the other 2 sessions. I have a lot to rewrite now because of all 3 groups. It's going to be fun. But I look forward to it, and I do appreciate you guys keeping me on my toes with all this and giving me a chance to finally get this damn campaign going.
Woo! Woohoo!
Yes.
Victory!
So once again, this has been GM the DM. It's a really stupid name, but I'm not changing it. Eat it.
Eat it!
And thank you all, and have a good night.